Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Saints broadcast. We have some NACE Varsity Premier VALORANT action. It's going to be the Saints taking on Fisher today. Two very big names, and I'm joined by Patrick today. How are you feeling about this matchup today?
Well, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good, Theo. I'm feeling pretty good. Saints right now, they're undefeated in NACE. I think they're going to continue that trend. But first, I have a little bit of interesting points that we can talk about. Now, with Fisher, again, we just recently saw the Saints beat them 2-1 in a best of 3 series for CECC quals on Sunday. I remember we were watching it down the pit just after our SGS Rocket League event. But I have to say, judging by what the maps were in that series and then looking at how the bans went this time around, things are very interesting. Map 1 was Haven, which St. Clair picked, and we actually won 14-12. And that's kind of suspected that it was so close because Fisher are a team that do like Haven. They are kind of a Haven team. So it was interesting to see St. Clair pick into one of their maps and actually beat them on that. But that's no surprise either because St. Clair is also a very strong Haven team by default. Second map was Abyss, where Fisher look pretty strong. Abyss is a map that they've kind of been friendly with sort of everywhere. I've looked on to their VLRs and everything like that. They have no problem leaving it or picking it as well to be played. So they actually won against St. Clair. They're forcing map 3. They won 13-9, where it then went to Fracture as the decider, where St. Clair took it again 13-9. But that being said, the bans came out today. It is going to be St. Clair picking into Lotus. And that's very interesting that Fisher let this one slide because Lotus is a map that Fisher immediately took off the table for St. Clair in that CECC qualifier. And then immediately after that, we will have Fisher picking into Haven. So they're going to try to get their get back from that 14-12 loss. I think that's going to be a doozy of a game. And then the decider, if it goes to that third map, will happen to be on Split.
Yeah, two pretty strong rosters. Speaking of rosters, let's take a look at them right here for us. On the side of the Saints, we have Chillin, Fair, Instinct, Tillo, and Truth. And as you said, undefeated so far this season. A very strong roster, looking to keep their winning ways going. What do you think of what they've done so far this season?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can tell you right now that Fair has been just an exceptional duelist throughout the entire semester. He's such a mechanical player and just has absolute lock-on aim like I've never seen before. Truth, a great initiator who also dabbles a little bit into that controller as well when we're running double controller sometimes with Chillin, who's usually our main controller. Tillo, who I've seen on initiator a little bit frequently, and Instinct, who recently, sometimes you do see on that controller as well a little bit, but Sentinel has been a role that he's been dabbling with recently, that at least from what I've seen. So hopefully they just stick with what they're hot on. But the last time they played Fisher, yeah, those were the roles that were pretty clear and concise throughout the entire series. I believe Instinct played Sentinel all 3 of those maps. I believe Chillin played Controller all 3 of those maps. I know Fair was on Duelist the entire time. And yeah, there was a little bit of moving around from Truth between Initiator, and I think he played Controller for the one map of Abyss where they took that double controller lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Saints can get off on the right foot today. Their defense on all 3 maps to start off the map, and throughout the last few weeks, I've been watching them play. I've been casting them. They've really struggled on the defensive side of things. On offense, usually they run through their opponents, have like a 10-2, 9-3 half. But on defense, it's kind of the complete opposite. They kind of fall apart. If they lose that first pistol round, you can definitely see the rounds dropping and dropping. So considering they're starting on defense, I definitely need them to play very, very solid on the defense. They can't just give away 6-7 rounds in a row because once the mental goes downhill for the Saints, it's hard to get it back up.
Yeah, it is. But you know what is funny, Theo, is that yes, I actually had on my notes they are a little more of a mentally fragile team. I feel like once they lose a round, someone gets tilted, and then or some players get tilted, and then all of a sudden you could drop 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and now you're kind of digging a grave for yourself. But the thing about St. Clair is that somehow, whether it's through Seth's amazing tactical timeouts or just through the players being there for each other mentally, making sure they're all just in the comms, just cooling off, they always seem to be able to make a comeback or bounce back. And again, very much kind of like all of our other St. Clair teams here that at least I've casted. It's becoming a very big theme that here at St. Clair, a lot of our players and a lot of our teams are very big momentum people. They are just riding the highs, but when they get into lows, sometimes they can really start to shoot themselves in the feet. So I think for St. Clair, it's just going to be a very strong game if they can just stay composed, because they will be starting off on defense for all 3 of those maps. So again, like you were saying, it's not their preferred side. However, I think that looking at this map picks coming out in bans, I see Lotus. I like it. Haven, they've beat Fisher's team before on this. I don't see why they can do it. They can't do it again.
Yeah, they can definitely do it again. It all starts with that first round of the map, the pistol round, which has not been the Saints'
Yeah.
sweet spot for quite a while now. Not just this season, kind of for the past 2-3 years. They've been a top Valorant team, but when it comes to those pistol rounds, they really sometimes tend to struggle. Why do you think that is?
Well, the thing about pistol rounds is, and something that I'm going to talk and bring up about right now, is that since they're all very mechanically skilled players, sometimes they're also very fast-paced. That's kind of the play style they adopt, and because of that, sometimes it can lead to impatient swings or impatient pushes, maybe not waiting or letting the play come to you, instead forcing the play maybe a little bit too much sometimes. And I feel like on pistol rounds, that's a round where you really have to hone in that patience. Valerie was talking to me, and that was what she was saying, is that is one of the big things, is that St. Clair sometimes, and I was seeing it myself, they get a little bit impatient here and there, let a few picks go, and all of a sudden you're left to basically a 1vx situation in pistol round. It's just not good. And when we're talking about second round conversion win rates as well, coming off of losing that pistol round, we're immediately getting into around 30 percentiles. Like, it's not good. Yeah.
I don't even think it's that high.
It's kind of ironic that they're one of the best teams in collegiate, considering that it's more often than not, I'm used to seeing them start 0-2 down.
Yeah.
So, and that doesn't matter what side they're on. That doesn't matter whether they're attack or defense. It just actually gets even worse if they're on defense, of course. But if they're on attack and they're fumbling 2 of their first rounds as well, I get it, you're an attack team, but it's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt, but somehow they always bounce back, and they still continue to prove that they're one of the best teams in the collegiate scene.
Yeah, when they have all their utility, when they have all the weapons they want, the Vandals, the Phantoms, that's when they really do become scary. But before that point reaches, there's a couple rounds of Valorant to play. So it's going to be important for the Saints here to win out their first rounds and start off hot. And, you know, Fisher, one of the top names in all of collegiate, a very known opponent and a very strong team. I mean, what do you think are the keys for the Saints today to try and take down this matchup?
Well, I think especially when we get into Lotus, I was talking to you before we even got into the game, and we were talking about how Instinct, I saw him playing Sentinel a lot more recently, but you brought up a point that throughout your cast you've seen, especially when they're on Lotus, that he taps into the Clove a little bit more and runs that controller. And I think the reason why it's so good, and again, this is just me spitballing here, but Lotus is a map, especially when you have 3 bomb sites, and very often in those 3 bomb sites, there are about 3-4 different angles that you need to watch, different closed-off spaces that lead straight into the heart of the site. So because of that, Clove being one of those initiators, or sorry, being one of those controllers, my bad, who can put down multiple smokes at one time, you can lock off multiple of those avenues, so you can start to really hone in and focus on just keeping things minimalistic when you are on that bomb site. I feel like that is kind of where that pick of the Clove comes in. If you want to confirm or deny that, go right ahead. But that would be my theory probably on why we see Instinct sometimes pick into that Clove. Not saying it's going to happen, but if it does, then, you know, there's a little bit of insight.
And when he has picked that Clove, he's usually been near the top, if not the top fragger on his team. Plays very aggressive on the Clove, which is
not surprising to hear that.
Not surprising, yeah. It's just worked out well for them. It's like having a kind of a second dose. You're going to see the Clove coming up from both sides, actually. Let's take a look through the selections. Omen, Raze, Clove, Fade, and Evice for the side of the Saints. And for the side of Fisher, they're going to have a bit of a different team comp. They're going to have Breach, Clove, Omen, Raze, and Fade. What are your thoughts on this draft?
Yeah, again, both teams running a double controller comp. Fisher actually electing to not even bring a Sentinel into the mix, just wants to run the double controller, double initiator. I think it's a little bit interesting, but at the same time, I think what that says is Fisher are looking to run a more aggressive lineup that seemingly is told by the fact that you're bringing the Raze, you're bringing the Fade, you're bringing the Breach. So all 3 of those work in tandem. The Clove is nice to just kind of shut off those flanks, or at least stall for enough time where maybe Fisher can then get aggressive with that comp. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. But St. Clair on the defense first. Let's see how it goes down.
Yeah, Instinct gonna go for an early peek, get some damage down, has to be careful, does stay alive around the corner. The Raid's gonna fly through, but Instinct finds a headshot, and now gonna slow down the attack of Fisher here. A great job by Instinct on the Clove, as now there might be flanks coming through from Saints. Nobody there. They stop the initial push, which is so hard to do, and they get a nice advantage in the pistol round.
Well, right now, we were talking about what the Saints have to do. They have to now reset and just slow down. There's no reason to really chase for a kill right now. You can just play man advantage, but we'll see as the peaks come through. It seems like multiple on that B door, but they're just going to sort of wait off. Maybe a potential rotation towards A might be what the team is starting to think, and that's what I think what we're kind of getting into. So immediately, we see the Rays and the Fade. They're going to be the first ones to have to take this engagement, and right now, chillin'. Seeing those Vice spikes go down, there's so much smoke around that C site, but it's just all phantom pressure. At least that's what it looks like to me, unless we're just getting spiked and rotating back around. 40 seconds left to go, and that's exactly what it's going to be. They're just going to try to move through C Mound, and now it's going to be St. Clair. They need to establish a setup. They need to try to start the counter. And the blind goes through. Chillin should have the swing, and he finds one. Walking through the smokes. Is he going to get two? No, not quite. Limp, but gets the headshot, but he's blind. Walking into crossfires. Truth is going to be able to take down another. 20 seconds left to go. Swings coming through, but St. Clair, this should have the trade. Truth, that's two for him. And all of a sudden, in a 3v1 scenario, I extremely doubt that Rex is going to be able to pull it off. Swing around the corner, tries to plant the spike, but no, gets off, has to take the re-swing, and Fair is there to finish it off.
It's a great round there by the Saints. They find the initial pick by Instinct, and then Fisher kind of fall apart. They try and go A, they try and go B. Finally, they decide to go on C, but they're down a member, and in pistol rounds, it's kind of hard to just take a site against a couple members. Saints just sit on those corners, peek out at the right time. Fisher's utility didn't get too much value there, and they find the one-for-one trades, and Saints going to be starting off on the right foot, winning the first pistol round.
Yeah, and I think, something that I don't really think got a lot of attention there was the fact that Truth on Vise, those spikes came out, and it actually just delayed that even more. It really forced Fisher to kind of go to a full send, but now as the round gets underway, Instinct, he takes the first swing with the pole line. He's going to be able to find one as well. The Vise wall goes out, and all of a sudden, St. Clair, they have another man advantage. Good job from them. Tillo with two! One through the smoke as well. Does another man want a challenge? No, but Instinct has the cross. Truth with the finish off as well. And despite St. Clair, usually more times than none, being found going 0-2 first, they're going to flip that around. And on their lower side of defense, they're going to start off with a juicy 2-0.
And now they're going to be looking for the bonus. A pretty easy round there from the Saints. They have the weapons. Fisher tried rushing B, but yet again, Instinct there to shut it down immediately. Then the rest of the team rotates over and picks up all of the kills. Now Saints trying to win this next round would be beneficial for them. You can see the Outlaw coming out there and a couple interesting buys, but Fisher full buying. They definitely need this next round.
Well, Simon's going to be very interesting because it seems like the team's just going to walk through there, and Chillin immediately finds the first pickup with the Outlaw. And honestly, why even challenge the man? His aim is so good. He's proved it time and time again. The full rotation towards A is going to happen, but I wonder, moving this fast, moving this loud, have their intentions been revealed? Now that the door gets popped, it's 100% known. The Clove smokes go down, and all of a sudden, St. Clair knows about a full A push.
Uh-oh, Truth is in trouble here with a Stinger. Getting flanked from behind is going to get taken down. Now the Saints looking to rotate over from mid here. There is a big flank coming out here for the Saints. Nice kill there by Instinct. The plan's going to be going down by Rex, but Saints have a number advantage. Let's see how they decide to use it. Tillo on the flank, though, does fall down, so Saints now trying to push straight up. Instinct going to find another one onto Limb, trying to find the shots through the smoke here. Fair going to throw out that nade, and the push comes through, though. A nice stun there. Samo picks it up, makes it a 2-on-2 here. Can the Saints win this one? Chillin going to be going down to Samo next, and now in a 1v2. A lot of work to do here. Still plenty of time for Instinct. Has the Vandal picked up, finds one. Can just stick the defuse. Gonna fake it out. Goes for the swing. But Samo with a 4K on 10 HP. Able to find the clutch for Fisher.
Well, that was such a close round, but you have to highlight Samo's 4K, especially when he had, I believe it was Chillin just so close or so low there in the corner, and immediately the breach stun comes out as well. Sorry, it was the Rays actually we had stuck in the corner, and it sounded like with the Omen smoke, with Samo sitting in the Omen smoke and the Raise nade goes out, you thought he would have been dead to rights. I mean, you have to push through, but no, the Breach stun comes in, and it just buys enough time for Samo to take a gunfight that turns into being in his favor.
It's not the worst round for the Saints, though. They got 4 kills on the bonus, so the economy of Fisher gonna be a little bit hurt here. You see some interesting play here from Fisher. They don't push through the seaside too quickly. They take their time this time, but Instinct going for a push up mid, trying to win that one-on-one, is able to find it, playing so aggressive here, looking for the second, does get taken down, but has the self-resurrect. Now we might see the Saints try and push up the map a little bit to help out Instinct. Get that reset, Tillo gonna take down Psych. Saints doing a great job so far. Instinct doesn't need to find a kill, already got it, it's fully reset, and now Fisher stuck in this back. Only 3 members, you're gonna see the Saints try and collapse from a couple angles.
Well, immediately the onus is going to be on Chillin to just stay hidden. The smoke is good enough to at least delay the push coming through. We see him trying to get that line ready. Tillo as well. I was going to say the flank play right now, I don't know if Fisher's aware of it. Instinct finds one on it, and now they are definitely aware of the flank on C-Mound. They're completely sandwiched. What can Fisher do? They have to eventually move through. Boombot trying to see if they can buy any time, but no. Tillo already has one, and immediately everything going wrong for C-Mound for Fisher. St. Clair beg a third.
A beautiful round there from the Saints. Some big individual plays. Instinct on that Clove. Find the initial pick, get the res, get a reset, and then Fisher just fall apart. Such a nice play there by him. You can see at top of the scoreboard, like I said, we might see
yeah, I was gonna say, you called that out really well. Instinct is definitely one of those aggressive Clove players, and when he does it right, man, does it sing a beautiful symphony for St. Clair, and right now it definitely is. 3 assists, 8 kills, 3 deaths. He's doing amazing, but right now, St. Clair, they just need to keep this up. Again, remember, defense is not where they're predominantly known for being good, so...
Great, they're doing great.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anything, this really just does show the reason why Fisher banned out the slowest map the last time they saw St. Clair, but they let it fall through this time, and that's surely going to be a mistake in future endeavors that they definitely don't want to give to them.
Yeah, now it's a save round for Fisher here. Saints don't need to do anything too crazy, and now Fisher might just try and rush onto the C site, but Saints have all the members true. Trying to find some shots here. Is he able to find the chill and picks up the first? Looking for the second. Is he able to find it? 4 members dead instantly for Fisher. Nice clean round from the Saints, only losing 1 member. Just gunned them down on the save round, just how you would expect. Perfect play from the Saints so far.
Yeah, and you know what? Chillin can go for that play there. It's not usually the best. You would think to maybe reset, but no, Truth has his cross, and if anyone really even tries to go through, yeah, Truth just has the refrag. And he's got a little bit more as well as he picks up the double, so it's a great play there from Chillin and Truth. Instinct was able to find Limp as well, and it was just rapid fire deaths for Fisher. They really couldn't get anything going, and it just doesn't look right now. Fisher, they are struggling on this attack.
And they're going to look to rush onto the A site. Fair playing very aggressive, but Chillin finds a couple on the trade, does get taken out. 3-on-3. Fisher have a bit of a space to work with. Tillo has to be careful, is marked around that corner, but now the Saints rotating. There's a big flank coming through from Instinct, who's just been walking up mid every single round. It feels like, and they know he's here. They has to be careful here. Might get swung, gets lucky for a second, but Rex gets the good timing. Now Fisher have opened up the map. They can pick to go anywhere they want.
Yeah, it's just so tough. I mean, I can see right there why Instinct would smoke that off. He's thinking, if I can just get this down in time, no one's just going to walk through and chow me. But all of a sudden, Tillo has one through mid, and it's a 2v2. You got to watch out. Clove does have the ult, but right now, don't know if it's necessarily a situation where you maybe want to use it. I guess you'd want to just do it for the extra round if you have the chance, but right now I feel like the plan is more important than anything. They got to make sure that it is a clean execute, but right now they have to deal with Tillo walking through Waterfall. He's going to fall down from Javi, and now all of a sudden, Truth, 11 health, and a dream. Samo planting as the Clove smoke dissipates. He knows he has to watch the cross, and Javi immediately snipes him down with that Vandal. Fisher, they finally get around, and they don't even have to burn either of their 2 ults that they had available to them now having 4 in pocket. So, again, that's a big round for Fisher, but I think I still like what I'm seeing from Saints defense there. It was a big play from the Clove to just smoke off those angles so they couldn't double swing St. Clair. They had to move and take two 1vx gunfights, and that is ultimately the reason why Fisher were able to pull that one off.
And they were also ready for the flank by Instinct, which has come to burn them a couple times already on this map. We're going to see another quick start to the round. Fair gets a kill with the nade there. Throws the boombot out there. Fisher, they're playing on attack, but Saints are bringing it to them, instantly going into their backline. And just like that, they're up a member to start off the round. Now let's see what Fisher decide to do. They want to still try and push through this A site, but Saints keeping a couple members here. They're chilling, finding one, trying to just get out of there with his ultimate, is able to do so. Fair finds one with his ultimate. The trade comes through, but still Instinct has to be careful here. Finds one, this takes it down by Psych. Ends up being a 3-on-2 for the Saints, but Fisher could take control of the A side right now if they want to.
They could, and right now it's the onus is on St. Clair to just kind of wait and see if they can bait out the plant. Tillo is going to be able to use that Fatal to try to mark any enemies and find about their whereabouts. But right now, the onus on Psych and Fisher. We'll see. It seems like they're trying to rotate down into B, but I'm not going to lie. I think St. Clair, they're too close. They're already aware of their intents as they've already heard the footsteps by now, or at least I would have thought. But all of a sudden, it seems like the only one with even an idea of this potentially happening would be Chillin. Spike's starting to get planted, but I don't think they've spotted him out, and he's going to be able to get the planter. Tillo takes the swing from the opposite angle and is going to write it off for St. Clair. 5-2, your scoreline.
Yeah, big thing for the Saints is they're winning gunfights, and when they don't have numbers advantage, they're going even finding 1-for-2s, and that allows the rest of the members to sneak around the map. You can see how easy Chillin gets into that position, kills the bomb planter, lets Tillo know there's one on the high ground. Tillo finds that kill there. Another great job from the Saints there. They're just shutting down Fisher before they can really get anything going, and I think if they keep playing defense like this, it's going to be a very good half for them.
Well, I wonder if Fisher are just a lot more confident on the defensive side, because if they're more of an attacking team, I would say that it's getting close to where maybe that timeout should come into play, but I suppose that's actually is all dependent on how they can get their ults used here, because that is technically a lot of rounds that you could bag if you use them in smart ways.
But it's a save round, shouldn't use them this round.
Yeah, no, exactly. But again, it's not really all doom and gloom just yet, but we're definitely getting close to that moment. It's going to be fair with the Outlaw. Just takes a shot, but doesn't quite get Psych. This repeat's going to be lethal, but I believe actually hit the fade and now has to get out. It's just getting absolutely crazy amounts of utility on him. He's going to go down, but now Truth is able to find the refrag. Samo, the headshot onto Tillo, and all of a sudden, the Saints and Amanda's advantage. The fade all goes down, and now they know about the engagements, but Chillin able to find one before the Raise Nade picks him off. Samo stuck into the smoke. I don't think Truth has an inkling about the positioning. Limp's going to be able to find one, and this round should be over, barring a massive throw. The first pick will come down, though.
It's possible. Truth has that ultimate.
I was going to say, has an opportunity to clutch, but has to play this oh so patiently. Marked as well, so again, they're aware of what kind of play he needs to go for. Takes the spike defuse just to get the sound to make them think he's swinging. Are they aware technically of the positions? Trying to hold it, but no, because of that aftershock, he needs to just work his way out of it. There should be an opportunity there for Fisher, but they kind of let it slide by. That being said, the timer on that spike is getting oh so low. I doubt that Truth has any hope of clutching this one out, and my guess will be correct as Rex swinging out finds the final kill.
That's a huge round for Fisher. It's a thrifty, and they used the Raze ultimate there. They used the Fade ultimate. They used so much to win that round, and it went in their favor. If Saints were able to stop that one, it would have been a huge moment to swing. We see some replays coming through here. Some nice shots, but in the end, the round goes down to Fisher. And now they're going to have a full buy against the Saints, a full buy. So a big round here, one ultimate available for each side. Who can use them better? It's going to be interesting as Fisher decide to leave the spike in spawn this time. Looks like they're going to play a bit of more of a default and slow things down.
Well, I think they're just kind of hoping that St. Clair pushes up a little too aggressively even when they're on defense, and there that notion will stand. Limp able to find one, the blind as well. The TP, but I believe, yeah, just going right back to that spawn area. So they're just taking the numbers as they come, and that's what Fisher needs to do more of, is just have that reset. They're not winning these trades very well, so they need to try to create some openings, but right there, Fair is going to try to up the numbers, but Rex has the refrag, and we sit at a standstill, but Fisher, they're definitely eyeing that A site. Are they aware of the Instinct flank? It's happened so many times, they're not quick enough. Instinct with one immediately taps out, gains that extra health, and is just going to rotate back out. And I love that from Instinct. Has the first kill, and then has the discipline to reset.
We've seen it so many times. He just walks up mid. It seems like Fisher just completely ignore, and yet again, it's going to come back to bite them. Still, plenty of time left in the round, 34 seconds. Only Instinct on his A side, but look at the flank coming out there. If he can just stall this out long enough, would be huge. Through the smoke, picks up one.
Oh my god!
Second, does get taken out by Samo, but now the Saints have a 2-on-1, 20 seconds left. Spike in hand. The flank, though, is here, and there's a shot from Truth. Huge play by Instinct that round to give the Saints a 6-3 advantage.
Samo was completely stuck between C-Mount and the entry point to C because, again, those Vice spikes just not going away. Can't take that damage, and it lets Truth. It gives him the time, his utility gives him the time to create that opening in C-Mound off the flank. But let's take a look at this amazing shot from Fair. But to me, that was the play. Instinct's 3K was absolutely iconic. The double, the spray transfer through the smoke. But I really do love how he's starting to get a little more patient. Even when the flank happens, you get your pick, you tap the overheal, and you get out of dodge.
A great job there. Now we're up 6 rounds to 3. I mean, Saints having an amazing defensive half so far, but want to close it out strong here. If they can win this round, they're forcing Fisher into another save round. So it's going to be a crucial round here. Fisher, they're quickly pushing through this tree area. They want to get on this A side, but Tillo finds the initial pick. Here's the Stinger on Psych. Only has a couple of bullets left. Fair finds one. Psych finds a double headshot. Does get taken down. In the meantime, does the trade come through from Truth? Yes, finds one. No weapons left here for the side of Fisher. They use the Omen ultimate to get out, but the spike, it's down on A.
Oh, that's completely wasted.
That's a complete waste of an ultimate, Patrick, and now Saints in the 3v1 should more than certainly be able to win this round.
Yeah, but Limp is able to find one on Instinct, and right now, St. Clair, you just have to play together. You have to play off each other's contact. Walking through the smoke, is gonna find one! Almost sold it! But Truth is going to be able to silence Fisher just in time, but man, Limp should have not even gotten close to making that big of a play. The swing onto tree was a little too preemptive, and St. Clair, they almost got bit in the butt for that.
Almost did, but the end result is all that matters. They take their 7th round as we see some nice shots here. Limp, if he hit that flick, that would have been
nasty,
but doesn't work out for him. And now it looks like Fisher, they have enough money to buy up again, but they wasted an ultimate on that Omen last time. Looks like the A site is the site of choice, but they all get spotted out. Let's see how quickly the Saints decide to answer. Gonna have everyone rotating Instinct yet again going on that flank. Is he gonna be there in time though as Fisher don't seem like they want to look back. They're just sprinting through forward, throwing all their utility on this A site.
Yeah, but the first pick comes through. Tillo gone down, out, and Fisher, they're taking these A aggressions so well. The spike gets planted, and now they need to try to hold. It's on St. Clair now. You have to get aggressive. That's usually what you're good at doing. Instinct with a flank. It's as if they never learn, because he's just going absolutely massive. Truth with one as well. Tree door gets revolved, and all of a sudden, St. Clair, they have a good opportunity, but time is not on their side. Instinct gonna get one, but it's going to be Yavi who finds the picks that matter. Instinct with the smokes, knows about the swing. This is going to be so lethal! And Yavi immediately gets the 4K, slices down Instinct, and cleans the 4th round up for Fisher to take.
Great job there by Javi. Gets onto the high ground. The Saints don't expect anyone to be there. Feels like Fisher, every time they have an A push, there's always a player sitting up there, but this time the Saints didn't take note. Such nice shots there by Instinct. And it sucks they don't win out that round, but great job from Fisher bouncing back when they really need to. We're going to our last round of the half. Both teams gonna have ultimates, gonna have full buys. A very, very important round here to close out the half.
Yeah, but again, St. Clair, you only have the Clove ult to work off of. I mean, it's a little bit easier for Fisher because they do have that Raze rocket launcher, and they're definitely going to be looking to get aggressive with that. That should be what they open up with, but it would also have to be a 50-50 because when you're trying to peek down C-Mound and you got Chillin looking at you, it's not the easiest thing in the world to pull off.
Definitely not the easiest thing. And you can see Fisher playing very, very passively here, as Tillo forced to buy up a Guardian. Didn't have enough for Vandals. A couple Saints with Guardians here, so a bit longer ranged weaponry here for their side. Fisher gonna have those Vandals. Oh, what a shot there!
What?
Through the smoke by Tillo. The res comes through, but the Saints just need to run away, and that hope will die as they use the breach stun here onto the C side. It looks like Fisher trying to make their way over to C. Limp shooting at the wall there after getting blinded. As there we go, the first pick comes through in the end. Saints have a 5-on-4, but this C push looks like it's slowing down. They're not going to go too quickly. They're going to reset because the Raze has walked up a little bit, and I think they might look to push the A side.
Bring them down.
Yeah, I think that's huge, by the way. It's just the fact that St. Clair, they're aware of the Clair going down, and they just pull back. Instinct with one. Does he get another one? No, not quite, but he'll have another chance. He'll have another opportunity. However, getting hit by the breach ult is not ideal. Rex finding a huge pick. Are they aware of Truth and Tree? They definitely are now, and all of a sudden, St. Clair, they have numbers advantage. 5 seconds left to go. The Spike's not even going to be able to get down. Fair with the last two will secure the 8-4 score in the first half.
And the Raze never ended up using the ultimate for Fisher. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you're on Fisher, you have to pull the trigger with that ultimate. You have to pick a side, open up with the Raze ult, and as you said, 50-50, either very good or very bad. But in the end, didn't get used at all, and now you can't have it for the next round. You can see the Raze falls right there. And then Instinct res himself forces out a breach ultimate onto one member. I mean, that's pretty big value from that Cloven, and the rest of the Saints easily come in and clean up the rest of the kills. A great first half from the Saints on the defense. They lead Fisher 8-4.
Well, yeah, you can't leave Instinct there because then he's just going to have a cross angle with the players sitting in tree as well. They can just crossfire and sandwich as the team comes into A site to try to find their plant. But at the same time, like you said, forcing out a breach ult, massive. Me personally, Psych, I don't really know why we're walking up. You should definitely, if you think there's someone over there like Instinct, at that point, use your Raze ult. Just use your Raze ult. At least try to see if you can find that pick. And I know if you know, maybe not, you're not certain about it, but at the same time, you're better off using it to at least clear, even for intel, clear that area to know that you guys can then make a move forward. None of that happens, and I think worst case scenario for Fisher occurred. But right now in the pistol round, let's see if St. Clair can keep it up.
They have A site completely wide open, obviously. They do not know that yet, but Fisher, they're hard stacked up towards that C side, and now the Saints realizing that they have a lot of space to work with. They're going to walk through. Be careful, he'll walking through that smoke. Plant is coming through Limp though, but look to get a big blind, a free plant now, post-plant situation. 5-on-5 is going to be complete chaos on this side. Instinct find the first kill onto Psycha. Saints finding another one, Truth and Chillin finding two. Tillo picks up Limp, and now it's a 5-on-1. Rex falls down, a flawless pistol round from the Saints as they take a 9-4 advantage.
And this is huge, right? We're seeing now both pistol round conversions going down, and especially with the flawless as well, you get a little bit of extra dough to spend. Not that it's really going to be all that meaningful. You're going to have such a big weapons advantage anyway, but just for extra savings for maybe that third round will be critical. But right now, St. Clair, you're looking pretty good. All right, 9-4. This is definitely your more preferred side on the attack. And I mean, by the time the game's done, Instinct, with the way he's been fragging out, he might be on pace to drop a 40 bomb. I mean, this is just incredible from what we're seeing from him.
Yeah, absolutely. And leading the charge alone here, Tillo on this A side has to be careful not to overextend as Fisher. They've completely given up C. They're just gonna go try and push through A here, but Tillo, he's ready for this.
Crouch.
Can he find the first pick? Yes, he does. Can he find more? Finds a second, looking for the third.
There's no
Won't
way.
find it, but the trades come out from Truth, who gets to himself. Another beautiful job by the Saints playing off of their frags. Plant's gonna go down on C. Now it's again a Rex stuck in a one-on-4 situation. Practically unwinnable. Another great round from the Saints.
I was just wondering how, as Chillin ends the round off there, how long is it going to take, right, to clear out that player, to clear out, I believe it was the Raze, or not the Raze, sorry, I believe it was the, maybe the Vise, I think it was, no, not Truth. I want to actually see who that was. Yeah, Tillo, thank you. Okay, so clearing out Tillo there is absolutely massive, but again, he's already done the job, and not even that. Even on the third engagement, look at how much time he wastes. He finds the first, he finds second immediately, and this Raze from the other side of Fisher just can't kill him before the other players of St. Clair. That's a good 5 seconds that they've burned right there. So they're already aware of the gunfight being taken. They can immediately rush up. And it's a play like that that makes it such a big round for St. Clair.
Absolutely, and now another big play from the Saints. They're just sprinting in here. Fair flying through, finds the initial pick onto Rex. Truth does fall on the backside, but the plant's gonna come through, but Instinct is the next to fall. Numbers advantage here for Fish as Chillin falls down, Fair falls down. Javi on a beautiful flank, and it should secure the round here, but Tillo finds one, throws out his utility here, looks to find the shot in seconds, able to find it. Can he find the headshot through the smoke? Looking to get it, isn't going to be able to find it, finds the third,
oh
but
my
the
God.
diffuser gets it, pills out the pistol, gets the
well.
4K because why not, but still, it's a round win for Fisher in which they sacrifice a lot.
Wow. You know what? That is massive. Yes, you win the round, but you're at least going to have to buy back all of your weaponry. I mean, there were 4 players there that could have potentially kept everything. You just had to try to have Tillo maybe lean off of those crossfires, but he immediately takes every gunfight with 7 bullets left, able to find 2, and then a third with the, I mean, with the classic, that's just incredible stuff from Tillo. And even though the round was in vain, the effort and especially the fact that you forced Fisher to have to buy back everything, it definitely helps.
And Fisher can't buy back everything. That's the big part here. They bought up a bunch of Guardians with light armor.
Yeah, they weren't even able to fully recover.
And now Fisher on the defense have a judge in this corner on B side, so definitely hoping the Saints take it to a bit more of an open side as Javi completely alone here on the close. He's gonna get spotted out by the fade. He does. Nobody from the Saints is looking this way though, as he finds a pick. Does get taken down, but Tillo falls. Trade comes out from Truth. Plant should be going down.
Wow.
It's going to be a 3-on-3 retake situation. Saints in a great spot to win this round as well.
Well, you know what? The Raze dies first, and immediately I'm starting to think about how St. Clair, they might be moving through just a funnel of death awaiting them, but all of a sudden they find the trades, and now they have a 3v3 on their hands. The pick comes through from Instinct, and he's able to get the overheal as well. So now Chillin, just sitting back, trying to stay composed. This is their bomb to defend, or spike to defend. No reason to get over aggressive. You can flip it, play your crosses, sight with one, but Truth immediately has the refrag, and Chillin has his teammate back as well. So it's just refrag after refrag. Truth finds one for Instinct, and then Chillin finds another for Truth. It's just like that, boys. It's almost tiki-taka with the kills, if there ever even was the terminology to put that down. And St. Clair, they move to 11.
Yeah, a couple of rounds away from closing out the map here. And as you said, beautiful one-for-one trades across the board. Maybe not the cleanest entry to the bomb site you've ever seen, but they got the plant down, which is all that really matters.
Yeah.
And now Fisher on a save round. Saints looking to make it 12 and put themselves on a map point here. And I mean, I think they know Fisher on a save. They're going to play it slowly, wait for Fisher to make a mistake.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do too. And right now, Javi just sitting back. Boombot does not detect his presence. And we will see. That's definitely a very dangerous position for the Clove to be tucked in, but now the potential flank coming around. I don't believe the Vise is even aware of it. The Clove should have a free pick right now if he just takes his time, and there it is. Javi with the first one onto Truth. Gets that Vandal as well. That's such a huge play early for Fisher.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Saints didn't put the front foot forward and just run into this A site. Now that's what they can do. Fair and Tillo find the opening picks here for the Saints. They have the Vandals online. Plant hasn't gone down just yet as Limp finds a kill into Instinct with the classic there. Makes it on 3-on-3, and still a lot of work to do left in this round. But Tillo finds Javi, gets the res on himself, and Limp gonna be going down. Javi does find the trade though. Clair finds one, cannot find the second. Javi 1v1 against Chillin. I don't think he has any idea where Chillin is, as Chillin has pulled off an amazing flank here and gets the shot around the corner. Fisher almost finding another thrifty round, but great job there from the Saints.
I feel like Javi more times than none has really been a thorn in the side of St. Clair. He's always able to just make rounds close, able to have that clutch factor, that clutch potential. That's honestly both the Cloves have in this matchup. Yeah. So maybe Clove is just different on Lotus for the reason we explained earlier. But again, I think that Javi's played, despite being 14 and 18, because he has to play so much more aggressive, he's played a really great game so far. And at least to me, as a solo player, has definitely given Fisher a chance more times than not.
Absolutely. And look at this play from Fisher. They're going for a full-on rush through C. through B mid, but Saints say no thank you, we don't want that engagement. We're just gonna take our A bomb site, we're gonna get the plan down, but the flank
three-man flank
is coming. It's coming in quickly. I don't know if any of the Saints are expecting this. Let's see if Chillin can hear out these footsteps now. Definitely has to hear them, but there's another pick from Javi. Chillin has to swing here, finds one, finds a second.
Huge!
Instinct gets the resurrect on that clove. Plant is down. Psych trying to push through, but there's Instinct getting the reset. Doesn't get taken down, but Chillin finds a pick. It's fair with the ultimate here, trying to close the map up, but Rex is up on the high ground. Now Saints know it's here, Rex. I don't know if that's where you want to go. There's a showstopper coming in hot, pulls out the classic, gets one. This is an unconventional clutch try, but it won't work out for him there. Saints take the first map, 13 rounds to 5.
Well, you know what? Chillin finishes it off with a 4K. I mean, he had a 1v1 clutch as well. So, honestly, great couple last rounds there for Chillin. But for St. Clair in general, man, the Lotus pick came through. Fisher, they really shouldn't have let that one happen, because that wasn't even just a close, or just even a close game. It wasn't really much of a game at all. That was a complete domination from St. Clair. And, man, I would not expect that to be a common theme from a school like Fisher, to just get completely dominated on a map in Valorant. So, St. Clair, you've done a great job, especially when they turned it up on attack. I mean, they only allowed, for any of the attacking rounds even played, Fisher to get one.
Yeah.
And even then, it was so close. Tillo, it was a round where he had that 4K, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, even then, on a round that was a loss, didn't necessarily feel like one either, because
it was a win.
In the bigger scheme of things, and they're larger in the big picture, Fisher, they couldn't even buy back all of their weapons or utility. Tillo just put them into economic debt.
Yeah.
they just couldn't recover. They couldn't recover.
Yeah, I mean, a great job. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, you won the round, blah, blah, blah. But those kills do matter. The fact that the Guardians had to be bought up, and then the Saints killed them again, forced them for a save. The snowball keeps on coming, and just a great job there by St. Clair. But now we're going to take a look at some replays from that game. Tillo, nice kills here. Gets traded out afterwards. So just a great mechanical kill on display from the Saints, left and right. This from Tillo was almost insanity. It was very, very close to finding the headshot. It was just a slightly bit to the right, but finds it with the classic. I mean, a great job from the Saints. Mechanically played very well that game.
Yeah, and you know what? I was actually going to say that I thought they only gave up one round on the attack. They actually didn't give up a round at all, actually, looking at it, because... Or, sorry, they did. Yeah, I was right. Okay, my fault, actually. Yeah, my fault. So I was right, my fault. But, Tillo, yeah, insane. Like I said before, round that was a loss, definitely didn't feel like it. And, again, St. Clair, there were a lot of rounds where sometimes I would have honestly thought it would have been over, right? I would have wrote them off, but you pointed it out earlier. St. Clair and their ability to take trades in their favor in scenarios where it shouldn't be happening. They're taking 2-for-1s, is what you said. And I saw that a lot. And I think that is such a big thing, not only just for the actual game itself, but for mental. Knowing that you can come back time and time again in games like this is just absolutely phenomenal for your confidence. I mean, look at Instinct right there, dropping phenomenal. 21. Your ACS, your average combat score of 349 is disgusting. Man, St. Clair, they really made mincemeat of Fisher on Lotus.
Yeah, and we spoke about it before the game. Instinct on the Clove is a threat, and 21 kills, 16 deaths, 14 assists, but I feel like he made his biggest impact on that defensive side when he was finding those flanks through the mid, finding the first pick for his team, distracting enemy team, getting kills in behind, and just did a great job on that defense to make sure the Saints, in the half where they struggle the most, are able to get ahead early. And I feel like definitely MVP for that first map going to Instinct, definitely well earned.
Yeah, I think that, again, Instinct just phenomenal, stood out, but honestly, all of our Saints, even Chillin dropping 18, it's just absolutely unbelievable. All Saints firing on all cylinders, had their backs for trades as well, and we will get to map 2. We have more Valorant action coming to you after a short break.
Welcome back, everybody. We're just about to get into map 2 after a very dominant first map from the Saints. I'll say it again, I'm Theo, joined by Patrick here as we're heading into our second map. What are you expecting here from the Saints?
Yeah, you know what? Second map being Haven, I think that it's going to be a barn burner, taking the results that we saw from last time. It seems like no matter what Fisher lineup is they're running, they usually like to pick into it. So, I mean, they did it this time. We'll see. St. Clair last time were able to beat Fisher on Haven, but it was by no landslide. It was 14-12. So we might be here for a little while, but it's okay because that just means more casting, and I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah. And, are you expecting any kind of off-meta picks here in the second map? Like something we shouldn't see, but we might?
I don't necessarily think so.
Like a Yoru?
Maybe I wouldn't be surprised to see. I know the last time they played Haven, I'm pretty sure Fisher ran a Teo for a lot of that series. So, again, especially on Haven, they seem to like that. But we'll see if it gets brought out. Who knows? I mean, for right now, I think that with St. Clair, what I think I need to talk about a little bit more is the fact that you're on defense again first. Just keep the same ideologies that you took from Lotus. Again, it's another 3-bomb site map, and I think that Haven, it doesn't necessarily, I would say, play the same way, but the gist is kind of, if you get my mind, it's in the same league. So I think that St. Clair, as long as you just kind of keep your morals in check and keep your feet on the ground, you should be all good on Haven, at least defensively. And then when the switch comes on to attack, at this point, I'm just praying for Fisher. That's just, and that's not something that usually a lot of people would want me to say, but because we are a Saints broadcast. But right now, they might need it because St. Clair on the attack just look absolutely ruthless.
Yeah, they look very, very good on attack. As you can see, all our players on the screen locked in. We're getting into Asian Select. And let's take a look at the pick for the side of the Saints. We're going to see Omen, Jet, Cypher, Sona, and Breach. For the side of Fisher, got Cypher, ISO, Omen, Yoru, and Sova. So two very different team comps. What stands out to you here?
Even just lineups, right? I mean, St. Clair, they are literally changing up 4 of the agents they brought into the first map. And for Fisher, it's pretty much the same thing. Don't believe we had the Sova, the Yoru, the Cypher, or the ISO in that first map at all. It's just the Omens who are just staying consistent. So right now, it's going to be a very interesting way to see how this game plays out. Double duelist lineup as well for Fisher. They're definitely looking to get very aggressive early on that attack, and I'm not surprised to see Javi on the ISO, considering how aggressive he was playing on that Clove earlier. But this time we do see Instinct slip back into that Sentinel role on the Cypher, which I did talk about how he kind of dabbles around with that a little bit.
Yeah, you did speak on that. It's going to be interesting how it plays out here as round 1 going to kick off here. Looks like C-Push going to be coming through from Fisher. They're going into this one very, very quickly. Saints have only chilling here on this side, trying to stay alive for as long as he can. Rex does pick up Instinct, and Psych takes down Chillin. It's a great start to the attack for Fisher here, as now the Saints trying to fight their way back into this one, but Fair gonna fall down. And it's just a textbook attacking round here coming up from Fisher.
Yeah, again, Fisher, they just look so comfortable, especially Javi on that ISO already making his name known. The knife kill from Tillo, though, is absolutely troll, but everybody knows that he's mid, and Javi is going to be able to find that triple. But I immediately want to get a replay of that knife kill. That is so incredible to pull off in the first round. But anyway, it is going to be Fisher who take it, and not surprisingly so, given that St. Clair's pistol round record is not something to really cheer for.
Yeah, and a nice round there from this side of Fisher. Look at this. Tillo gets the one shot on Rex. And one thing before the second round starts, Tillo did buy a Marshall here in the second round, trying to really stop the progress of Fisher quickly. Let's see if he can find a headshot to start this round off. You can see that wall so good. Truth trying to find something Fair, cannot find the shots, and now he's in so much trouble in this corner. Still cannot find the headshots there. Psych takes down Truth, and there goes Faith. Instinct though in a great position, finds one, cannot find any more. Fisher, they're just barreling down this C hallway and easily taking these sites.
Yeah, and again, I didn't even think about how crucial the ISO could be for taking C long. You have that wall that you can just put up, and it can just allow your entire team to move through as one unit. Fair wasn't able to pick off as many of the targets. Because of that, he's just forced into a corner, and just like that, Fisher, 2 strong, convincing rounds on defense. Not surprising at all, given the outcome of the first. But I really want to see now how St. Clair is going to deal with this ISO when trying to move down C long. I can even think about B as well if you're coming from the window side, right? I mean, ISO, it just seems like there are a lot of narrow halls that end up leading to bomb sites if you are the attacker. So bringing that ISO in for that full shield, that full barrier to move your team in is a very good pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the Saints play.
Just going to do it again.
Yeah, I would keep doing it again. There, this time, Fair finds the headshot onto Psych. That's a huge kill. He's kind of been leading the way on that Yoru, finding the opening picks here. So, a great job for St. Clair to start off this third round. Some shots coming through left and right. Hobby trying to find something. Can't find it. A good initial stop for the Saints, but now it looks like for the first time this map, Fisher, they're going to rotate away from this C site. They might look to work their way through mid, through the garage, try and make a play there, but Saints very well set up, ready for this, as now Fisher start to make their way through this garage area. Nobody from the Saints here to defend it. They're giving this one up, so looks like probably another C push here coming out from Fisher.
Well, if one avenue doesn't work, let's just take another and call it a day, I guess. But with the shots coming through, Fair knows exactly where Fisher's subordinates are, and now the ISO with the spike in it is going to just trade that off to the Cypher. I knew something didn't look right there, but for now, Fisher, they seem like they're just kind of very indecisive. Only 30 seconds left to go. The double tap goes on, and now all of a sudden is Fair able to find this kill without Avi finding one. He does get instinct, so at least the trade comes through, and Samo actually gets one off the back as well. So even man count, but this enables the window for Fisher to move on to B site. They have the plant, and now what are they going to do with it? The blind, but Fair's going to find 2! It doesn't matter if you take his eyes away from the equation. Such great mechanical skill, needs no bounds. Fair finds the double headshot, gets cleaned up from the play by Chillin as well. And St. Clair, they bag their first round in fashion.
Huge kills there by Fair. Let's take another look at it. Gets the opening frag onto the enemy Yoru. Gets a second, even though Hobby did find one in the meantime. And then on for the full blind, picks up Limp, picks up Rex, which ensures Saints they're going to have at least a couple members here with a full buy from last round. A couple members probably won't be able to afford the same luxury. See a Guardian coming out there from Truth, and not a full shield coming out from Fair. And Fisher, they have a full buy to their use. They're not going to go for the C push anymore. They've given up on it. Honestly, them, I might have gone for it again. As you could see,
I think they're rotating to it right now. I was going to say, it didn't look like they were doing that immediately, but here it comes. They're just walking down C long. I think they've done their due diligence in intel gathering, but I don't know if they're aware of Fair. They send out the Yoru clone just as something to maybe gauge the attention of St. Clair, but Fair sees completely through it, finds the headshot, as most players on his level would, but the trades come back out, and they're all falling for Fisher.
Yeah, nice shots there. Javi feels like he's getting a kill every single round here as Chillin up in his position. Javi looking for those shots. He's sitting in that corner. They don't know he's here, but finally they find out. A great job from Fisher yet again. And an easy attacking round. Seems like Saints just cannot stop the C push coming up from Fisher.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Chillin saw the opportunity, but immediately had to flick back because the ISO was looking at him. Had seconds there to really try to see if he can make the double happen. It was decent trigger discipline at first, but unluckily for him, that angle will always get checked 1,000% of the time. You see how he wants to take his time, maybe find another pick before looking back onto the Omen to see if the Omen hasn't realized where he is yet, but that just simply wasn't the case. St. Clair, they're going to take their tactical timeout, and for good reason, in my opinion. They just cannot stop the C pushes of Fisher.
Yeah, and I feel like just a great team composition. I feel like if the Saints had maybe a Raze instead of the Jet, could very easily slow down that push, but they don't really have too much to stop. But they have a Cypher, but we haven't really seen too many Cypher traps set up. We saw that round, it was set up on C, deep into the lines, but before the members of Fisher even got there, the Saints were dropping like flies. So Fisher on attack, doing a great job. And this is what I was talking about before the game. On defense, once a round falls through or a couple, Saints, they struggle to pick things back up. So I feel like this time out is very, very crucial. If they're able to win the next round, coming out of this one, they're back on track. But if Fisher wins this next one, I would definitely not be surprised if Fisher keep running up the score.
Yeah, you know, for Fisher, it is them taking advantage of the fact that these are the defensive woes that we have seen St. Clair tap into before. And while Fair does have bountiful kills to his name, at the end of the day, those are empty frags if they're not going to turn into rounds. And Tillo, first off the board early, St. Clair, seems that they are just not having things go their way. Fair is off next, and this is sort of that mental problem that I could see St. Clair tapping into potentially if they're not careful. You get mental fatigue, maybe you're gone down 3 out of the first 4, and then all of a sudden you're just kind of letting things slip. There's that ISO wall, that play through C long, as we've seen so many rounds before, and St. Clair just completely unaware of it happening again. It's just too bad, because right now really seems like Fisher, they're just getting everything they want on Haven, which is kind of ironic considering it was a little more close and a little more contested the last time they faced off. Then again, we still have a whole game of Valorant to go. Chilling with the first, but the picks are just not falling for St. Clair. Anytime they swing onto an angle, it's already being watched. So Fisher, they just have to play patient. They don't need to really hunt for Chillin'. No point in trying to let the guy see if he can clutch. You just want to try to stall time here. I mean, I do say that, but there you go. At least the trade comes through. Fisher right now, though, they look very good. I believe that's literally all 4 rounds for Fisher coming through C pushes. The one time they went to B was the one round St. Clair won.
Yeah, I feel like the Saints, they just need to load up on that C side a bit heavier. I don't know, maybe try and throw a couple members on the flank quickly up mid, but we saw them try that last round, and there goes Tillo. So it seems like Fisher, they just have a really good read on the Saints right now, and they're playing the map perfectly. We're going to see full buys coming out from the Saints this time. They don't have too many ultimates. Fair used those knives and didn't get much with them last round, trying to make the hero play, but you could see Saints
They're going to do it again.
Yeah, Yoru just uses the ultimate here, spots everyone out, has the flashes, the solo ultimate comes out. I mean, nice utility play here from Fisher, but they use 2 ultimates. They do pick up Instinct. They get on the C side, but the spike isn't really anywhere near here just yet. So Saints are going to have some time to answer here. Tillo has to be careful here. Nice shock dart. Doesn't get too much. The Jet's on the flank, but look at the angle from Rex. Sits in the spawn, throws out the Cypher ultimate, and now the Saints 3v5, giving the site fully up yet again. A beautiful attacking round for Fisher.
And their timeout's burned as well, St. Clair's is, so it's just unfortunate, but St. Clair, it seems like they just are not giving enough respect to this Fisher C push. I mean, it is what it is. I can understand what they're going for. You don't want them to all of a sudden be able to just switch up on you and go somewhere else, but they just continue to double down on the fact that St. Clair respects that they are a good enough team that they can attack on other places, and especially when you have this many straight consecutive pushes on C going down for you, I think St. Clair, they're in their own heads a little bit. They're like, when are they going to switch it up? We can't just leave everywhere alone. It's the same thing we've seen. They've set up 2 people on C, they set up 2 on A, and immediately the quick rotate comes through. Fisher, it seems like this is when they're finally going to change up now and try to attack a different site.
Yeah, and it's a save round for the Saints, so doing it on this round isn't a terrible idea. I mean, I believe if frame broke, don't fix it. But here, Fisher just sprinting into the site. Truth can't find a kill there. And those fall down, but the Saints have a couple of members in decent positions. There's Fair finding the opening pick onto Javi, making it a 4-on-4, but Fair's in a lot of trouble. Chillin' is going to be the first one to go down. Instinct, though, finds a trade. Does Tillo know that there's a Yoru around this corner? No. Fair finds the Yoru, makes it a 2-on-2, but down goes Fair. It's off to Instinct. 1v2, has the Sheriff. Cypher going on the flank. The spike is down in main. I mean, Instinct, he can find his headshot. Could look to clutch it up, but Rex with a nice flank. Another smooth round from Fisher.
Yeah, again, it just seems like Javi right now is just able to get Fisher into any site they want. They just spam that ISO wall, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I commend Fisher for doing this because it doesn't matter where they go. I think it's just simple as right now there is nothing able to counter this ISO utility that fuels these pushes for Fisher. St. Clair, they just haven't cracked the code, and honestly with the way this is going, I don't see them doing it anytime soon either. They might have to just be an extremely attacking heavy team for the next half. I mean, they already have to be, but this might just be the side of two attacks and whose is better. And right now, Fisher looks like they are trying to make that onus felt. 2 more picks fly for them, and they are flying right now.
The Sova ultimate doesn't find anything. That was kind of the one thing that could have slowed Fisher down, but they just walked through like nothing happened in the Saints. I mean, just look completely outclassed right now. Anything just gonna get taken down by Rex, who's been finding nice kills on these lurks, and the Saints just look completely outclassed. They seem like they have no idea what to do. I mean, Patrick, if you're Seth, what do you tell your team here?
You can't tell them anything because you've already used your timeout.
Oh, no.
There's not even that you can fall back on. I mean, this one might just be chalked. We might have to just wait on the attack and see what St. Clair can foster up. But as it stands right now, there's not very much truth. I mean, with the time as well, you might just be looking for a pick there. You find the one tap onto Rex, but in the end, will it just end up being an empty frag? Hassan that goes through. He's able to find Javi, but again, the round doesn't get won. At least you take the guns out of their hands, but Fisher at this point, they have a lot of dough to spend on it, so I don't think it's going to hurt them too bad.
Yeah, definitely not. A nice first kill there from Psych onto Fair, and that started the round there for the side of Fisher. Truth did find a couple kills, as you said, towards the end of the round, but pretty meaningless kills, let's be honest about it, as Fisher have so much money they can afford to buy whatever they want. Saints do not have that same type of luxury, forced to a couple sheriffs here, as now Fisher, they're going to be playing a default. It feels like when the Saints are on a save, Fisher definitely take their time a little bit more, but it's more of an even gunfight. Fisher love to rush these sites, so it's going to be interesting. Do you think they're going to go A, or do you think they're going to rotate back over to C, which the Saints haven't been able to stop?
I think they're kind of eyeing that rotate back to C. Based on how Psych is moving, I think that's kind of where they want to go. The ISO starts going, and there. Immediately when the ISO goes to C, you know the whole team is most likely going to follow. But now they could really screw with St. Clair a little more mentally. They could take the other route as well. There's no reason why you couldn't just phantom pressure and then rotate, which is exactly what it seems like Fisher is trying to do. You see the ISO with the spike. He's going now over to A, and now they're just phantom pressuring Yoru down C long, who can then ult and reposition on that A bomb site. It's a great job by Fisher. They have their in. Now we'll see if St. Clair can counter, but the bomb site is essentially theirs.
Yeah, 5-on-5 retake from on probably one of the harder bomb sites to retake in the entire map, this A site. Let's see how the Saints played. Javi gonna look to find something. There's the breach ultimate. I don't know if it hit onto anybody, but they spot out this member. Javi finds one. This is gonna be still alive here. I don't know how he's alive. Gets traded out 2 for 2. Olymp does go down, but Chillin gets taken down in the process as well. Rex on 1 HP. Has to be careful here, but finds the headshot, and Psych takes down Truth. Another good round from Fisher as they play the post plan brilliantly.
Give me a moment.
Well, I mean, for St. Clair, that's definitely signs of life. You were able to get it down to the 2v2 on one of the harder sites to retake as well. But in the end, it seemed like it was all for nothing. It is going to be Rex who finishes it off with Psych, but down 8-1 is not how I imagined this start would be, even with St. Clair having a poor defense. This is just a complete and utter flip from what we saw in Game 1.
Yeah, just utter domination from Fisher. No other way to say it here, as Tillo looked for an early shot there, but was not able to find it. And another quick A push here from Fisher. Nobody from St. Clair is here to defend it. It looks like there's going to be able to walk in, plant the bomb down, and there's not much that the Saints can do to stop it. Tillo doesn't even want to swing that, sees the couple shots come through. Ultimate's gonna get used early. Plant is going down. Saints have no flankers, no nothing. But Tillo does find the first pick onto Javi. That's a huge pick here. Let's see how the Saints decide to play the retake in the 5-on-4 situation. Still have to check a lot of angles here. Tillo with a dart. Does he scan through? No fair. He's going to dash in here. Beautiful shot there onto Lip. Makes it a 5-on-3. They look to push the Sova. Some shaky shots here.
No way!
Fair does go down. The trade comes through. Psych though getting a couple on the Euro.
Hold
the
it.
defuse from Chillin. He's coming through. Should just hold it. Will he be able to get it? Yes, he does. And finds the kill onto Psych as well. Gets Rex as well. I mean, a nice clutch there from Chillin, but it was a shaky round there from the Saints.
I mean, you know what? From embarrassing moment to another, Tillo's able to defeat Javi in his own ISO ultimate, and then, well, you hate to see it. You really hate to see it. And I mean, this is just absolute God's work from Chillin. They say pros don't fake, and, well, if there's anything fake I can say about that round, it's definitely what a lot of people would think about Fair. Trust me, his aim is definitely a lot better than that.
We'll get to
but
see right here.
Hopefully we can see it now, but nope, not at all. Fair, ult, gone. The Jet gets taken down immediately in St. Clair with a man disadvantage.
Yeah, it feels like Fair just hasn't been able to get too much done on this Jet. Both ultimates have come up short. Nice pick here though from Chillin. Finds one. Gets a bit too greedy. Going for the second, but Rex falls down in mid here. Instinct finds Sunbow. Nice stun here onto Psych. They cannot find the kill though. But still Saints, yet again, they have the numbers advantage. Let's see if Fisher want to plant this one. There's the Cypher ultimate coming through. Javi against Tillo going to be a big one-on-one, but Javi's just going to back up. Because now Tillo going to throw out that dart, try and get a bit more knowledge of where Fisher are. But there's a kill from True. Javi going to be taken down. Big rounds here by Saints towards the end of the first half. They're going to make it 8-3. They can make it 8-4 here, Patrick. It's a very interesting game.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is an absolutely massive round for St. Clair. Not only just to put it up on the scoreboard, but also for the mental. I mean, Fair, the last two rounds have not been kind to you, my man. I mean, being first picked when you have that Jet ult as well, that's got to be a mental shocker. But St. Clair, they do what they started to do in Lotus, and that was taking those 2-to-1 trades. We saw it happen on multiple accounts, and that is really the big X factor for why St. Clair were able to claw tooth and nail, get themselves back into the round. And honestly, again, massive for St. Clair. That's 2 on the bounce.
Yeah.
If they can get this next round, that would be huge for them. They can go all out, and maybe, just maybe, they can match what they did to Fisher on map 1. Going on to the offensive side with a better on, they might have the advantage. Right now, it's just case to be seen.
Chillin falls down, Fair falls down as well, and into this B site for the first time this half. Fisher go, they get the plant down. Saints don't have too much time to work with here. Need to find kills and find them quickly, but Fisher, they're smart. They're just hiding around these corners, waiting from someone from the Saints to try and make a big play. As Javi back there, that is a great position. Will get forced down maybe by the nade? No, he can just hide in the corner. And he's going to be able to find Instinct. He's going to be able to find Tillo. Oh my goodness, Javi turning it up to max there. Beautiful flicks to close out the half for Fisher.
I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. Javi is definitely the standout performer for Fisher time and time again. Psych's done a very good job, but no so much to Javi's immediate triple kills sitting behind that wall. They even forced the breach aftershock to try to just take him out, but he has a masterclass in positional awareness, backing up, just hopping up onto that box, being able to just stay away from any of the incoming damage and knows immediately where he can isolate his gunfights. Absolutely phenomenal play. Not something that we usually see St. Clair falling victim to, but instead creating themselves. But Fisher, they're on a tear right now. 9-3, a big round that they can take, but how will they fare on defense?
Yeah, I mean, Saints definitely need this round if they want to make their way back into this game. On attack, pistol round, I mean, if you want to turn things around, you need to do what Fisher did, but they're not going to be as quick to push onto a site here. Playing very slowly, and Instinct is going to be the first one to fall to Psych. Feels like Fisher flipped the switch, and they've just turned it up to another level here on this map. The shots from Javi have been impeccable for Fisher. St. Clair just dropping like flies. Seem like they're just completely lost. They don't know what to do about this Javi masterclass.
Yeah, I think Javi's just on a burner right now. Him and Psych have just been tearing it up. They've been absolutely destroying St. Clair. And I'm not going to lie, this just looks worse and worse. They have the spike. They can just sit and wait. There's no reason for Fisher to overextend, to overpeak, to give St. Clair anything. They're just going to look to play this so calm, so collected. Samo with 1, and Chillin, you have a mountain to climb. Gets the first, has the second as well, which is very good in 32 seconds.
1 HP on the
This
second.
is doable. Again, I was going to say Limp is 1 health. The swing through! No way! Mitch! Are you kidding me? Chillin is alive and sends Fisher into the Ice Age.
Jesus, what a play there from Chillin. I'm sure we're going to get a replay on that, but that could just swing the whole map here. Javi found a couple of big picks. It looks like it was all falling apart here for the Saints, but look at Chillin, finds 1, finds the second. If that Omen peaked, would have found him as well, but then I'm not too sure why they jump out here. They have a crossfire, they're chilling, and they just jump out. Chillin finds the shots there. Ace, when it's needed most, puts Saints on track for a comeback.
Yeah, that was a huge play for St. Clair's mental, and they are moving with it now. Fair with a pick on C long, and that's going to be Psych already off the board. No more Yoru. And this is the thing with Fisher, is you're running a Yoru and you're running an ISO. Those are 2 agents that there's not really a lot of utility that can help you out when it comes to defense. So this might be the tale of just 2 attacks that won't be able to be stopped, but we will see Instinct with another one on to Limp, and all of a sudden, St. Clair, it seems like they have their mojo back.
Yeah, obviously second round, definitely expecting to win this, but there goes Tillo. Nice flank from Rex. Thankfully, Tillo didn't have any advanced weapon. He just had that pistol, so not a big upgrade there for this Cypher. Who's going to go down on the flank here? Truth could just throw this out here, would put this Sova in a lot of trouble. Doesn't want to throw it out just yet. And Saints, they don't need to rush. Their main objective here should be not to die. They don't want to die and lose their weaponry, especially the players with the Vandals and Phantoms. If you have a Marshal or like Fair, you can be a bit more aggressive, and finds the headshot onto Sam. Now makes it a 4-on-1. Javi, he's just going to try and go in here. Definitely worth dying here. Don't want to keep this. The Sheriff is another beautiful attacking round here from the Saints, trying to get their groove back and winning a couple in a row. This bonus though, 3rd round of the half, going to be very important.
Yeah, this is absolutely massive right now for St. Clair. They've won 4 of the last 5, and this is where we were talking about, right? Their ability to just bounce back. Yeah, you know, sometimes you get into those lows, you start letting rounds slip. I mean, I'll be honest, they just didn't have an answer for Fisher's C pushes.
Yeah.
But now as the sides flip, they find 2 rounds in the bounce for the last little bit on defense, and immediately they just stay hot. The huge play from Chillin allows St. Clair to have that advanced weaponry, and they make it count. It's absolutely massive, but we'll see off this ult where Chillin will go. It seems like St. Clair, they are opting to go towards this A side.
Yeah.
Psych just sitting so close, trying to pressure up. The jump goes through, but immediately you have to think, if you're Psych, you're on defense too. I don't really understand why you take that gunfight, but St. Clair, they are not complaining. Instinct in prime position, but doesn't know about Samo. I thought he did for a second there when he tucked into the corner, but that just wasn't the case. However, the spike going down, St. Clair, let's see if you can hold on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fisher pretty surprised that there's an Omen on their high ground, and just a nice kill there, 4-on-3. No flanks coming up from Fisher. They're just going to have to push this one straight up. Brute force it. In truth, he's waiting with that stun around the corner. There comes the stun. Going to slow down the progress of Fisher. Has a nade as well. They're just not letting them walk in, as now it's going to be all in for Fisher. They're going to have to go quickly. Time is ticking down. The swing's going to come through here. A couple nice kills for them. Fair has to be careful here, trying to stay alive, but all the kills coming out here. Fair finds one, finds a second.
Oh my God!
Around the corner, what a flick there from Fair. Saints turning up the clutches, trying to make the comeback.
Fair, take a bow. This isn't the round where you were on a Guardian. Let's get you on a Vandal and see what you can do. And you, sir, have delivered 2 amazing plays in the last 3 rounds from St. Clair. Hero play efforts. And it's going to force Fisher to use their timeout. And I think honestly, looking back on it, it's just the small things right now for Fisher that are adding up, right? The time delay, the fact that St. Clair was able to make them take that long to move in. They just end up taking scrappy gunfights one after the other. An insane spray transfer and a completely amazing flick from Fair. But I think what it comes down to is just becoming impatient when you should have been patient.
Yeah.
And then being patient when you had to rush.
I mean,
that's all it is. The Yoru dying there on the window, there's just no reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you completely. And 2 of the 3 rounds we've seen have been miraculous, like, should never happen kind of clutches. It was Chillin first, getting the 1v4 with just a pistol, which might be even crazier than that flick, but Fair coming in there on the jet. A crucial play now for the Saints, because that was the bonus round right there. Fisher, they're going to be on a save round here. Saints can make it 9-7. They can get the ball rolling again, and I've seen this so many times from the Saints where they fall apart on defense, but as soon as offense rolls around, they hit a new stride, and we're definitely seeing that here on this map.
Yeah, but as they try to take C, it's going to be Fair who lands the shot. Aim crispy as ever since the attacking swap. Can't say the same really for the defense, but that's okay. We're in a new half right now, and St. Clair are in new form because they are absolutely rolling on the attack now. It seems like it's just 2 tails of attacks that are like steam-rolling trains. They will not slow down. Samo trying to see if he can make the difference. Finds Tillo, but again, Spike should be planted any time now, and even if it wasn't, there you go. You at least get the bonus points for planting it before the round goes null. But St. Clair, what a comeback we are seeing here. And in St. Clair fashion, we talked about it earlier. They have an ability to just be always able to bounce back. We're currently seeing it right before our very eyes.
Yeah, I mean, clutch play after clutch play, and now seems like the Saints have a way. Can you take a look at the KDAs for the Saints? It's not looking too pretty. Everyone towards the bottom, they're really struggling, but it's 7-9. You're very far in this game, and now KDA doesn't really matter. You just need to make the right plays at the right time, and Fair is thinking of making that play. Hasn't found any kills with a knife so far on this map, but I think if there's ever a time to make a big play, Fair's going to make it right here.
Yeah, I mean, you have to hope that Fair, he's already done so much in this series, but you have to just keep it going. The ISO ult goes down, and let's see how this 1v1 goes. Chillin has to take the gunfight. Fair finds one with the shotgun, and Chillin actually finds the ISO in his own ult as well. I believe he's 0-2 right now, Javi is, for ISO ults. And, well, that's not the best, but right now, it's okay, because Fisher, they still have the 3v3. Psych with the flank. Are they aware of his positioning? They are, but he whiffs the shots, and Instinct able to find the necessary picks. The Sova ult comes through, but to no avail, and Truth is able to get this bomb down.
Saints, they kind of needed to regroup a little bit.
I was going to say, yeah, they're very spread out.
Their Cypher is going on a mission to deep enemy waters, and the rest of the Saints should just look to stay alive here. Oh, doesn't get spotted out by that drone, I don't think. Huge. And that is huge. Limp does spot him out though, but doesn't find the shot. There's the Breach ultimate coming up from Truth. Just trying to stay alive, waiting for his flankers to come through. Finds the kill. The Cypher is coming on the flank. There's Instinct, able to pick it up. Great job there by St. Clair, winning another attacking round, trying to tie up the game this next one.
Well, I mean, for Instinct, consider it mission successful. He was trying to go through Garage and then went through their own spawn as well. It was an absolute masterclass of a play by Instinct to be able to shut down that round. But immediately, I mean, I have to talk about this as well. This is what opened it up for St. Clair, right? I mean, the Yoru able to find the cutoff, but Instinct, he's there. He doesn't whiff his shots. He's able to quickly flick onto the position. He's able to get the job done. St. Clair only 1 round away from tying things all up.
And I believe it's not a full buy here for Fisher. So a nice shot there from Fair. The light armor with the Guardian doesn't work out for him as Outlaw gets the 1-shot to the body, and that's another opening pick from Fair here to start the attack for the Saints. They're just going to walk up this A site, and with only the Yoru defending, it's just a matter of time before this plant goes down.
Yeah, St. Clair, they've been so successful on the A site. Do they know, though, the Jet, it's going to be Fair, just completely updrafts and dashes away from Psych. It's just a speed diff, and there is no way you were going to catch him at that point. So now, St. Clair, what can they do to hold on? Fisher in the 5v3, or in the 3v5 scenario.
Looking rough for Fisher.
Yeah, it is. And last time they were here, St. Clair, you know, they have the utility to stall them out. This is the exact same thing we saw earlier. But I will say, last time, they actually were quite successful in making this push happen, because Fair needed to deliver a miracle play on a triple kill, but the trade comes out. Fair actually has his triple, for this round at least. And in the same scenario, I can't lie, with that timer ticking down, the Cypher cages being thrown in, they're just walking into a death funnel. St. Clair, they tie things up even apiece. They are rolling. I believe Fisher, yes, they've already used their tactical timeout.
Yeah. 6 in a row.
So now, yeah, I'm not going to lie. St. Clair, they're on a high.
6 rounds in a row on attack. Off the back of some huge clutches. Now it seems like the team, they're all waking up on this attacking side. Everyone is finding the right plays, and now comes a crucial round. It's going to be full buys for both teams. An operator on that Yoru. So Fisher, they're going big or going home. Let's see what they're able to find with this Yoru operator.
Well, again, St. Clair, you know, you just have to hope that they can sort of wait for Fisher to overextend. It's something that we've been seeing a lot from Fisher on defense. We saw Psych a couple rounds prior on the Yoru just jump onto that windowsill, had no business doing that. Limp, you need to stay composed, but probably a gunfight you end up losing. Instinct has the first pick again, and for Fisher, you can just back off here. There's no reason to really be taking these gunfights. I get it, you're riding in the corner, but the second you crouch, you've given away your position. You need to relocate, but unfortunately for Fisher, that does not happen. So St. Clair, they have their what seems like 7th, maybe 8th opening kill in the round. Instinct's already on 3. The op finds him, but at the end of the day, the refrag is always more powerful than the solo pick. Is Tillo able to find that for Instinct? And now in a 1v4 scenario, it's like has a great shot. Can find 2 as well. Don't tell me right now, I get the flanks coming through, but don't tell me that Psych can potentially pull this off. Post-plant scenario, I don't know if he's aware of it. He finds the kill as well. An insane flick. Can he maybe find the next? Diffusing. He can just hold this. I don't think St. Clair can get to him in time. He can swing the corner. And behind the wall, what the hell? And what's so close for Psych, almost making hero plays happen for the Yoru and for Fisher. It all comes tumbling down, and at the end of the day, St. Clair, they take around. But I'll give it to Psych. He just took a lot of guns away from St. Clair, and at least they'll have to, at the very minimum, they will have to buy those back.
Yeah, I mean, Saint's getting a little bit overconfident. I don't know if he would have got that to stick because he's on.
Might have not. Yeah.
He's on 37 HP. I think one right click that connects fully to the body would have killed him, but he survived the initial right click. If he found the headshot there,
insane.
I would have been doing backflips on this very table. But thankfully, nobody's going to be getting hurt today. As Fair finds another opening pick. A lot of trouble though here for Rex. Tillo cannot find those shots, but it's a save around, I believe, for Fisher. They can't afford too much after all dying last round, and Saints with an opening pick looking to push through the C site.
Yeah, and immediately they're just finding every bit of success. You just gotta hope that you don't give away potentially a similar round as last time where you let Fisher climb back into it. Rex with 1 can try to re-swing out, but nope. 2 double up onto the angle. He ulted as well. Psych, I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. It's just going to get traded back out. Tillo can start the plant now, and all of a sudden, St. Clair have a hold on C. Samo trying to make his way through the garage, sees the barrel of 1. But again, St. Clair, they should become aware of his positioning very soon. The cross should be held. It is. Chillin solves the problem, and St. Clair, they are keeping their tear going as they move up to 11.
And that's 8 rounds in a row now for the Saints without a Fisher taking 1. We spoke about the Saints, how they're a very mentally reliant team. If they're playing good, they're playing good. If they're not, then they're not. And I think Fisher might be on the same sort of wavelength. I mean, 8 rounds unanswered when you've had opportunities, just falling apart when you shouldn't be. Fisher, they're going to look back at this one no matter the outcome and think, hey guys, we cannot let this happen in any of our future matches. But still a lot of Valorant to play. Both teams as focused as you can be. And Instinct going to be the first one to fall. Psych finally finding that opening pick for his team, which they've needed so badly.
And yeah, I was going to say, I think this is, I believe if Fair were to get another opening pick, I'd really want to pull the numbers because it seems like it's just becoming a normal thing that we're getting used to at this point. But this time, Fisher, they answer first, and that's going to be the Cypher gone. So St. Clair, it's going to be very hard for them to see if they can have any of their flanks being held without that Sentinel in pocket if they do get the plant down. So right now, Fisher with the Yoru should have a big round in theory. Doesn't have to worry about any of the Cypher utility potentially going down, at least after the tripwires were set. Tillo making his way through Garage, takes out the cam, but that also reveals his position and his intentions. Silverbow goes out as well, and Chillin, his position is known. He should just be getting wallbanged here. Fair finds one, but he's going to get refragged immediately. Somehow he teleports out of there. The Yoru trying to force utility in. I have no clue how that happens, but the Aftershock from Truth will be able to put Fisher down to a 3v3 scenario, but just as soon as that happens, Javi finds the counterpunch.
Oh, and Chillin has to be careful if he finds that headshot, gives him some life, but now Truth in the 1-on-3. Looking for the shots, finds the first, looking for the second, going for the swing, but Samo is there. Finally, Fisher get a response they desperately needed to pick up their 10th round.
Yeah, again, remember what I said earlier, when we get to Haven, it might be just the side of 2 attacks that just start rolling in. I said it was going to be a close one. And I mean, I know recently that definitely hasn't been the case for whatever side you want to put it on for each half of the game.
But overall?
Overall, though, a very close game, very reminiscent of what I saw on Sunday, the last time these two teams squared off on Haven. Both teams do like this map, and from what I can tell, they definitely like attacking it a lot more than they do defending it.
Oh, yeah.
But for right now, Fisher, you have to survive the St. Clair attack. You need to put it off for 2 more rounds, and now Truth, St. Clair, they're moving through mid right now. They're just trying to take this B/garage push. But I believe Fisher, they have the makings to be made aware of this. The Yoru on C, just flanking down through C long, can try to see if he can get rid of some of that Cypher tech. But the second he does, his position will be known. So St. Clair, they are aware of this. They're starting to pull back a little bit, and I think we're really just kind of seeing the calm before the storm right now, Theo.
Yeah, very, very interesting here by the Saints. Should look to rotate over to C if they get any knowledge of the fact that a lot of members from Fisher are near the safe side. But I think Fair, if he keeps holding the sight line, very good chance someone peeks it. They don't know that he's in that corner. That drone got shot down way before that happened. Fair did use his knives here, so could use those to try and engage here for the Saints. Sova Dart's gonna come out. Now Fair gonna fly in, gets spotted out, gets shot a little bit, and it's gonna get headshot through the smoke, but the plant for Chillin will go down. Makes it a 5-on-4. Here's another one of these. We've seen this twice already, where Javi has just not been able to find it, but there he gets it in Psych.
Oh my God.
Getting a double kill. It's off to Tillo in the 1-on-5. He's gonna get taken down. A very easy defensive round for Fisher.
And this is huge right now. Fisher, at the very minimum, force max regulation. And St. Clair, who knows? That's 2 on the bounce now. You have to be careful. You might just be getting into those mental woes that I talked about earlier. 2 on the bounce, St. Clair, when they usually lose like that, it's... Yeah, I would expect a timeout coming out because you need to have one in pocket to deal with a scenario like this potentially. You can tell Fisher, they're gaining momentum again. And you definitely do not want to see Fisher on a roll because you know how dominant they can be, as we've seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. And now this is a crucial round coming up here. Wonder if the Saints, are they going to force up whatever they can get here to try and put themselves on match point, or are they just going to try and save up this round, really go all in next? If I'm them, I'll be going for the win. I'll be buying up this round. Whatever we can get, let's try and make a solid push. We've been so solid on offense this entire half. Yes, we've lost our last 2 rounds. We try to be pushed with our jet knives, with the operator. I don't think that's a good play. If you're going to be buying the operator, there's no point of using the knives and being the entry. Try and go towards that C site. Use that long sight line.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they have a lot more success that I've at least seen on C. Fair, it seems like on C long always gets that opening pick, regardless of if it's on C long or it's on A main. It seems like on that long sight line, Fair with the Outlaw is just unchallengeable. And right now, for St. Clair, if I'm really trying to remember in my head, I don't think I've seen them go to C and lose a round yet when they have the bomb planted there.
They haven't lost any.
Yeah, so again, I think it's been risky at times where I've seen aces and 3Ks from Fair and Chillin have to happen when the Saints go to A and B, and that's where they've lost their rounds. I mean, it just makes sense to me that C is definitely the strongest site, but Fisher, they're also probably aware of this, so it's just kind of a mental battle to see where St. Clair are going to go. Do they bluff? Do they double up? Do they double down? Who knows, but I was going to say he's in prime position to make a play happen. He finds one, should get shut down by Chillin. The Sova ult going out, but it's not going to tag Tillo in time. That being said, the Saints, they're currently down in man count as Javi picks up one. The op from Psych to find two. Fair with an amazing play, but can't find the second onto Samo. That would have flipped the tide of the game completely. But now Tillo, 1v3. It's not impossible. We've seen this happen before, but not by him. So, St. Clair, see what you can do. Tillo, let's see what you can do, really, is what I should be saying. 45 seconds left to go. Show me reminiscence of when you had that 4K on Lotus. There's one, but put down to 30 health, and he's going to stick the plants.
Does he have ult?
The 1v2, I was going to say, and no ult, it doesn't seem likely,
ultimate.
but you have the drone, you have another shock dart.
Your ult doesn't find him.
I was going to say the your ult does not find Tillo as well, so that's a good job of just playing back safe, but he doesn't know that as well. He, they might think that he could be found. It's a good job to dodge the clone, but he just can't quite hit the headshot, and on 30 health, you're really just one-tapped to that phantom no matter where you stand.
Yeah, now Fisher gonna put themselves on the map point here. One more round for the Saints to bring it to overtime, but Fisher, 3 defensive rounds in a row. I mean, they've really turned it up and focused up when they really needed to do so the most. It seems like that timeout, didn't work instantly, but after a couple rounds, they got back in their groove. And now for the Saints, what do you do here? You can't afford a full buy here. You have all your Vandals and Phantoms, but some light shields. Psych is sitting here with this operator, 27 and 15 on the Yoru, having an outstanding map. But St. Clair have one more push with a couple ultimates to make something happen.
I'll be so real. This is the 3rd round in a row I haven't seen St. Clair take NEC control, and anytime they do so, it usually works out in their favor. Limp's going to find one. Truth has the refrag, but I don't think our Jet, I don't think Fair is aware of the Yoru's positioning. Jumping through, definitely knows about the aggressive gunfight, but with the shotgun close range, Psych should be able to find that Instinct with a refrag, and all of a sudden, we're only on a 3v3, and because of that neural theft, you're going to be able to see the defenders for St. Clair. They might be able to make something happen here off the back of this Cypher ult.
Yeah, they just get on this A site. Let's see how quickly they can get the plant down. Samo, as it charged up, Truth has to be careful. He's low HP here, could die to a shock dart. You can see we tanked the shock dart as well here by chillin' just to get the plant down. There's going to be the drone, shot out early. 3v3 post-plant situation for the map here. You have the Breach ultimate if you want, and you should definitely use it this round. Don't even peek, just use the Breach ultimate on the side, just like this. Beautiful job. They find an easy kill off the back of that. Rex, though, is around this corner, but Instinct spots him out. Is he able to get alive with his life? Yes, he is. Great job here by Instinct, buying so much time for his team. Now moves into a great position and finds the double kill. Great play there by the Saint Instinct. Definitely the big playmaker in that round.
Well, immediately I want to comment on that Breach ult. You're just saving that because the second you hear anyone from Fisher hop on that spike, you just do it because it sends them off, right? Yeah. And then they get stunned. That's Instinct's basically alarm to then swing on aggressively. He finds one, and then he's able to use the Cypher cage to back up and make them not extend onto him. He then controls the aggression, and he can try to find them on off angles and mess up the timing of the swings. So it's a great job from Instinct and Truth working in tandem, forcing the Saints into overtime.
And now let's see what we can get from Fisher's attack here. We haven't seen them here in a while, and it doesn't look like they're just going to full-on rush the C-side. Looks like, they're definitely expanding their playbook a little bit here. Tillo looking for some early shots. Knows nobody's going A as Fisher, they're quickly looking to go to the C-side through Garage, and they're going to do so. ISO use all the abilities needed here. Instinct, if he jumps out at the right time, could be huge. Truth needs to have a big flash here. I don't know if he got too many with that. Throws another one out. Lets the swings come through. 1-for-1 trade early on. Javi on that ISO has to be taken down. There it is, a 2-for-2 trade. Limp gets one in the meantime. 4 HP here for Chillin. Doesn't find the shot, but Tillo finds Samo. Makes it a 2-on-2 situation. Rex picks up Tillo, and now the flank comes through. They're able to find it. Fisher, textbook C-push here. They win the gunfights, and they put themselves on that point.
And it's kind of just what we've seen over and over again. St. Clair, Fisher, no matter who it is, you go see, I guess you just win. So St. Clair, if you're listening at all, which you shouldn't be because that's stream sniping, and that's definitely not what we should be doing because that is cheating. But if they could read my mind right now, I would say that they should definitely just take a page out of Fisher's book and go see. Every time they've done it, it's worked. I don't necessarily know why they haven't done it again. Maybe because they think that Fisher knows that at the midway of the round that they're just going to set up for that. But as picks come through first, Fair is going to be the first one off the board, but takes out the Cypher as well. So chilling on that Omen lurk potentially could be something that St. Clair can tap into.
Yeah, could be a play there for St. Clair's. Now they look to push maybe the C site here. It's just a Yoru there. And for a lot of the rounds on defense for Fisher, they only have this Yoru defending the C site. They just let him completely solo it, and Saints have not really taken advantage of it. I'm surprised that that's the case. So this Yoru is up here. They don't spot him out. He finds one. Is he going to be able to find a second? No, and Instinct finds a huge pick onto Limp as now Javi rotating over their big playmaker, trying to find the big kills here. But Saints, they planted. They get out of dodge quickly, and they have it planted perfectly for long. Truth will be unmovable from this position. The rest of the Saints just need to make sure this breach stays alive.
Yeah, again, right, the breach is definitely the play here. You just hear the spike go, and you already have the shock wave lined up. There it goes, so it's going to be able to force one off. Chillin immediately swings onto it. Oh no, I really thought there you got close, teeing up the aftershock. There it goes, and it forces Chillin to take the gunfight onto Samo on the off angle, and he's going to be able to find it. St. Clair ties it all up, 13-13. And we might not be getting out of this casting desk anytime soon the way this is going, Theo. It seems like it's just going to continue to go back and forth because both teams, they're just so woeful on defense that it just seems like we're going to have to wait until one team can muster up a defensive round. And I'm getting a little scared because the way that's going, even though it was 9-3 splits for both sides, I feel like Fisher have been a lot more consistent. When they win one, you'd expect them to win two. Early plays coming out for St. Clair, and it's going to be Fair with another opening pick and a massive one, and Chillin is going to be able to find a second as well.
Nice kills there from the Saints. Finally something that Fisher hasn't seen at all this half on the attack, where the operator just walks up garage, peeks mid, finds a pick. Perfect time to pull out that play call for the Saints. They make it a 5-on-3. This Omen's on very low HP. I mean, if you're the Saints, you have to win this round. There's no other way about it. But they allow Fisher to sneak onto the A side, and the plant might go down. This could lead to problems for the Saints as they're all across the map at C.
And that would be so horrible because this is the Saints' perfect opportune moment to take a defensive round. I don't exactly know why Fisher are doubling up here. That's a throw. I'm sorry. Like if Fisher loses this round, I don't know why that would why they would do that. I'm gonna bring it back to that play 1000%. What?
They had a plant.
I'm gonna be honest here. There's no easy way about it. What in the hell was Fisher thinking? I don't understand that at all.
They were down numbers. They had a free plant, and Saints were all across the map instead. I mean, they just wait for it. Maybe Saints knew something that we don't. They knew
unless I'm missing something, or Fisher maybe thought that there was someone else, maybe someone playing in heaven or whatnot. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to clear that out first. But at the end of the day, I feel like even in that situation, I would never just double send it down that archway. I would just have someone plant default and then have the other one watch heaven. But it is what it is. Psych gets the first though, and Fisher do have their opening pick.
Yeah, Fair does fall down first here. Still a lot of work to do as Psych finds a second on this Yoru. And
huge.
After a bit of a rough last round from Fisher, Psych does not want to go down without a fight. Getting 2 initial picks, and now the Saints, they just look confused on what to do.
Well, you know, it's pretty funny how the Saints all of a sudden take around on defense. All they have to do is now take one measly attack. But you know what the problem is for St. Clair right now is, as of recently, if we take the last, 6 rounds, they haven't done well on attack at all.
No.
So this is kind of scary for St. Clair because you know you're not a good team defensively. Yes, you have your first round, but that's only your 4th in the entire game. And now all of a sudden you're having attacking woes in the moment where you need to find one. That should be your insurance round. It should just come down to who wins a defense first. It was St. Clair, but now all of a sudden the pressure flips on them because they've given up 2 on the attack. We'll see how they elect to push into it, though.
Hopefully they plant this time.
Yeah, you would think you would think that would be the case. I mean, hope just please don't pull a Fisher. I know that's kind of a diss, but yeah, the guy going through to heaven, blinds come out, or sorry, the damage comes out from the ISO. But all of a sudden, St. Clair, they have this bomb down. Be aware of this player heaven. I believe seeing the gun barrel, they know about the position now, trying to find the wall banks, but Instinct just to the side. The ISO wall should allow them to move through. Chilling with a huge pick, though. They're all from a wall bank. They're all coming through. This blind could be massive.
Truth
just has to play time. I was going to say, they can just play time right now. Instinct with one. Chilling with, I believe, another. And now all of a sudden, St. Clair, it's all flipping. Limp finds the equalizer. Truth with one. Just needs to find the final. Psych has the spray transfer, though. 1 HP is all that stands between Fisher and St. Clair. They just barely eke it out with 3 seconds left to go. And 1 HP will take us to further rounds.
What a round. I mean, it looked like the Saints had it wrapped up. They had the 3-on-2, but then just great shots coming out from Fisher. And I think that's exactly why you need to be planting the bomb there. You cause chaos, you cause enemy teams, just some missed shots there. Instinct.
That's just rough.
He had the kill and he started running around the wall. A big misplay in a big moment, but you have to have a short memory. We're right back to even.
I was going to say, this is dangerous because you've given up an attacking round now. You're on the defense. You cannot let this chalk you. Oh my god! But I was going to say, if there's anything St. Clair need, they need an opening pick. And how about you take 2? Make it 3! Fair on the op! Cannot be stopped. Send out those jet knives. But St. Clair, you can now reset. You can play compose. I know that Fair wanted to just send it. Press the full send button, but right now, you can confirm another on defense and hopefully have your attack being equalizer. He has 4 with the ops. Somebody do something about this man. He's unstoppable. 4 kills on C for Fair. And man, I think if you're St. Clair, you tell everyone back up. Let's just confirm the round. And if Fair wants his last kill, let's just rat in corners and give it to him. We'll see how it goes down. Samo able to find 1, but on 46 health, it's going to need a whole lot more to do it. Fair gets his ace. The teammates baiting for him. And oh my god, Fair, take a bow.
Big play there from Fair. And, you know, I would love to see the Saints go for a C push with this operator. Fair has been finding so much value as the side of Fisher just don't respect this play. And it's another pre-designed play by the Saints where their operator sits in the corner, gets initial pick, that time gets 2. It just leads to such good things. I'm surprised the Saints didn't do that on their defense when it wasn't overtime, you know, but they can afford an operator every round. They're not gonna go for one on attack here, but see, completely left wide open. Let's see how quickly the Saints can realize this. Let's see if they can get in. Fair throws down those smokes, trying to dash in. This could definitely be it. Saints, they're gonna get a completely free plant off, and now they can look to play down long the post line. There's nobody on the flank, so I definitely expect the Saints to really back out of here, and you have a really good shot at closing out the map.
Well, again, remember what we said. Go C. It's been free the entire time, and right now, I feel like St. Clair, if there's anything you need to do, it just needs to be the reset button. You have the plant right now. You can just all dip back into C long. No reason to push up on it. The ISO wall gone as well.
Kill.
The kill from Fair is huge, but he's going to swing back out, and Samo is going to keep it close. Chilling with 1, but he can't teleport out in time. And all of a sudden, St. Clair, they all fall down. The first round on C that they've given up, and I think they got a little too over-aggressive. Maybe he could have fallen back a little more, but at the same time, Fisher did have utility to force them all out if they were in that one hallway. So either way you want to put it, I think you got to focus less on St. Clair giving the round over and more on the fact that Fisher just had an amazing retake.
Yeah, a great retake there by Fisher. And here we go again. Overtime, pushing into deep rounds here.
This is insane.
This is the longest game I've seen so far this season from the Saints by far. So one that they definitely want to take down. You do not want to go to a map 3 here if you're the Saints. I mean, you're probably already so mentally and physically drained from just the second map. If Fisher win it, they have all the momentum. They'll be very happy about going to a map 3. So see how the Saints play it. You could see the Jet walking up pretty deep there with the operator, waiting for someone to swing. on that C site, but Fisher, they want to stay away from that one, but Fair picks it up, as I said, in the spawn. A great pick onto Limp. Gonna get rid of a couple of smokes. Crucially here, Truth almost peeked his head up for a little bit too long there. He's able to stay alive as it looks like an A push coming up from Fisher. This time, they need to get this bomb down.
I was going to say, the position's known, though, because they shot the Cypher gadget, and now all of a sudden Chillin finds one. There it goes. They're all ramping up for St. Clair, and all of a sudden, like, it's interesting. We have two teams that are really good at attacking, and all of a sudden they start winning all their defenses because they've figured each other out after so many rounds of just watching how each other attack. But right now, Psych, we've seen him pull through from the depths. It's a great shot from Truth, though, and this time, Psych is not able to find the impossible clutches he has before because Tillo closes the door on him.
Okay, before the round starts, Patrick, do you think this will be the final round?
Honestly, the way that I see it, I mean, I hope it is,
I
but
hope it is.
at the same time, you know what? I'll go ahead and say yes.
Me too.
I think it will. I think that right now, Fisher eventually just got to become so exhausting. But at the same time, you know what? Like I said, they're looking good on defense all of a sudden, so it's hard to pick and choose. I'm not going to be boring, though. I'm going to see St. Clair take it right now, right here. But that will remain to be seen. Let's see how they do it.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for a C push. I'm surprised they don't pick the operator here for the C push and just try and play the long sight lines after you get the bomb down. I feel like that would be a great play, but clearly they need Fair for the entry here, and the entry is going to come through. Fair finds the headshot onto Psych, but dashes a little bit too high there. Gets taken down, and now the Saints hitting the reset button. They put it in reverse. They're looking to rotate over to A, but Tillo has other ideas.
Well, you know what? They're just doing this for phantom pressure right now. If Tillo can just hold out here, they can try to see if they can find it onto B. I don't think Instinct, though, is aware. The double tap goes through, and there's Javi finding one. And that would be really bad for St. Clair if Javi can return to form. He's a guy who hasn't really been tapped in all that much recently, and because of this, it's going to force St. Clair onto C. But
they don't know that Cypher.
I don't think they're aware of the fact that, yeah, this Cypher knows immediately Rex can find the planter. I wasn't even looking at Truth. It was just Instinct walking through Garage trying to plant, but their Cypher, Rex, was already in C-Long, and he was just waiting. He had good trigger discipline. He was just waiting for Instinct to get the plant almost down, and then immediately just when Instinct thinks he's just there, can get St. Clair into a dominant position, Rex is there for the shutdown. So it's a great play. It's a great trigger discipline play from Rex. It's a great play from Fisher as well to deal with the push. And, well, it seems like we're just going to keep on going back and forth, because
why not?
Why not?
Why not? And Fair has that operator again. Now going to be peeking up A, but this time, Fisher, they're going towards that C site, and nobody from the Saints is there to stop it. And you can see they're not playing it slow at all. They're moving right in. Saints have to realize this quickly and gather up to defend the C site. Otherwise, it's not going to look good. And now Fisher, full control of the C site.
This would be huge for Fisher.
This is a great start to the round for the Fisher attack.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is just the same thing that we saw earlier. Fisher, they are just unrivaled apparently on C takes because it just it almost never fails them. So St. Clair, they have to play the retake now, but this is one of the hardest sites to get back onto. That being said, they find 3 unanswered picks. Samo finding one, Fair with another. Rex is all that remains, and this would be massive again for St. Clair if they can just find a defensive round. Chillin and Tillo, they've been able to do it, and now from what happened to these two teams, I don't understand. They've just completely flipped the way they play. All of a sudden now we're going to be exiting tonight and we're going to be like, well, you know what, St. Clair looking pretty damn good on defense. And you know what, on offense, they can't start jack squat. And with Fisher, it's the same thing. I don't understand it, but I guess this is what happens when you literally play 32 rounds of Valorant. You're just so used to seeing every attacking take, and everyone just knows how to counter it from here on out.
Yeah, and it looks like the Saints going towards A site to start off this 34th round here. They have the Sova Dart ready to go. A couple of members from Fisher, though, sitting on this A long side, so they have to be careful not to get picked off early. This KO is up. Yoru, what is he doing? I'm not too sure. Look, gonna fall down as well. Saints have to close out the map here. They just have to, Patrick. They're gonna get the plant down on B as another one falls. There goes Rex. I'm not sure what Fisher have done. I think they've had enough, as it's gonna be Samo.
Pre-GG's in the chat.
1v5 pre-GG's in the chat, but we've seen some big St. Clutch is toxic, says Psych as a nice one-for-one trade. There we go, the Saints able to close it out there. After a grueling second map, they take the series 2-0 over Fisher.
Boys, take the night off, grab some sleep, because even though that is a 2-0 win, it sure as all probably felt like you just played 3 maps. I mean, it definitely did. That is insane. But they finally get the win over Fisher, and it's just the same exact result. Not exactly in a round count, but the story is the same.
They won.
Fisher just get Haven with St. Clair. It goes to OT regardless, but it seems like, Fisher facing St. Clair on Haven, it might not be the best match, because especially if it's the map you're picking into, I just didn't see a lot there to really tell me, okay, this makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great map of Valorant from a spectator perspective. I mean, yeah, it was kind of stomps on both attack and defense, but that overtime, neither team could win a defensive round on the in the regular time, but in overtime, both teams just turned into, I don't know, 2004 bad boy Pistons, not letting anything go in there.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, just call me Chauncey, because right now, for any of you who recognize that reference, 04 Pistons, but right now, Fair and just everyone, there's so many highlights from St. Clair, but that was a grueling task. And I was going to say, you got to tip your cap to Fisher as well, because there were some rounds where Javi was just on it like a car bonnet. He was absolutely everywhere, chilling with a crazy ace as well. Definitely one of the plays of the game for St. Clair, probably the most impactful, because it definitely gave them the next couple of rounds in a swing that started just an absolute steamroll on attack. We see another play from Fair here. One of the better plays he had tonight, but he had some Lolos as well.
We don't want to see that.
We got to keep him humble, because he was just doing so much insane stuff like this. I mean, the 4K with the op, and found the ace later in the round as well. I mean, it was just insane gunplay from St. Clair's 2 top fraggers, Chillin' and Fair. But that being said, there were massive plays from people like Instinct and Truth, who had that combo from the breach ult to send St. Clair into overtime with Fisher, right? Tillo as well. I know you see 25 deaths, 15 kills, but without this info that he puts out as Sova, half the kills that enable Chillin to do his job in Fair after openers, those don't get found out.
Yeah.
So, again, everybody on this team having a role to play to, and on Fisher as well, it was just absolutely insane. Psych, you have definitely earned my respect, and there's a whole lot of people who, if they talk any smack on your name, they better keep your name out of their mouth, because that was just an incredible performance. The 1 HP clutch.
That was big.
I could go on forever and ever.
Except the last round. Except the
last round, yes.
I don't know.
No idea what was going on there, but it seemed like Fisher, they just kind of tapped out mentally. Maybe thought that St. Clair was going for that C push again, because they saw it happen time and time again. But put someone on window, you take the A instead. It doesn't even matter whether you try to go B or not. You just had people caught out on off angles, and St. Clair, they finally get it done.
Yeah, just that was a great series for both teams. Saints, they're going to be happy that they were able to get the victory. Obviously, things to improve on the defensive end, but as you said earlier in the broadcast, the clutch gene is there. When Saints need to make big plays, they make them. When they need to win maps, they win the maps, and they stay flawless on their season, moving to 4-0. So a great job here from St. Clair. Looking forward, Patrick, what do you think is the main point of emphasis for the Saints for the rest of the season?
I think for the Saints, just their resilience, and I think that's something that St. Clair has that not a lot of schools do. I will say Fisher definitely has that now and shows it tonight. But for St. Clair, I think that they honestly played a lot more patiently when they had to on defense, especially when they were on overtime, because we saw that the Saints, right, they were such an aggressive team, but the kind of problems that we were hearing were that they kind of suck at resetting after, and I think that something that we saw later as the game progressed was they got better at that, so yeah. I think that was good.
And let's take a look at our match MVP. I think it has to be Fair after that performance. 35 kills, 26 deaths. He doesn't do assists, only got 3, but that's not his job. ACS 294, a great second map there from Fair. Definitely making the big plays when it's needed. And we're going to be getting an interview, I believe, with Fair in a little bit. So let's go there right now.
Well, I mean, Fair, that was one hell of a performance. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and just ask the fun question right off the back. Sorry, so tired. It's been a long night. Take me through that C-long play with the op. You find the collat, and then it just all goes uphill from there.
I mean, they've been. I guess we'll start off. Our defense half isn't really the strongest half, as you guys saw. It was a 3-9 half, and it was a really bad half for us. Something we 100% need to improve on. But something that we struggled on was our C hit, and they just kept repeatedly slamming it over and over again. So it kind of kept. It was apparent on what they were trying to do. At least just 5 stacking, 5 hitting a site. It was kind of easy, but at the same time hard to guess. I just said, let me just go op C. I'll handle it.
Yeah, that was a great job there. And what would you say is kind of the main thing that helped you guys close out that map? In the overtime, both teams are winning rounds left and right on the defense. What kind of propelled you to get the final push in?
I mean, our attack half, obviously it's our stronger half. Thanks to our IGL, Tristan, or Tillo. He really, I guess, put us in the game with, his calls. But our, I guess, in the overtime, everybody, it's nervous. Everybody wants to win. It's overtime. But, I mean, this time the call came from our Sentinel, Isaac. He had just an amazing call overall. I guess we didn't really expect it, but remember it was the we just kind of just push him off the A line. I just dash short, we just prod A, and then we just ended in a B hit. And they just all came collapsing, basically. I got the pick A long on ISO, and everybody else just died, from my recollection at least.
Well, you know what, Fair, I have to say, this game was anything but easy. I know we keep on talking about the Haven game, because I'll be honest, Lotus, it was just a little bit of an absolute stomping. They let you have that one, and you guys definitely made them feel it. I'm sure that if you play Fisher again, definitely one that they're going to ban off of you for sure in next coming matches. But back onto my question that I was originally going to ask, right? Your defensive half, you were talking about it, it's not your best half. It seemed like every time that Fisher sent it C-long with that ISO wall, it would just work regardless of what you guys had set up. Mm-hmm. That has to be mentally shocking, because you're seeing it happen over and over and over again, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. What did you guys do to just reset? What was the comms like? Did you just reset, realize, guys, I know they have something that's working right now, but we can just sort of mentally focus. What were you guys going through?
I guess that entire half, it was really a struggle until we got those 2 rounds, back to back. I guess everybody was in the dumps. Obviously, coming off after a win, 12-5, you should be really hyped. One more map and you win the series. But again, our defense isn't the greatest. Our attack half, I mean, after we won the first 3 rounds, they took a timeout, and I just said, we just need to lock it in. We know we're better. We just won these 3 rounds by proving it, and we just need to dial in and just stop being mad over each other, upset things. Just stop complaining about every round or the past round and just focus on the current round. And everybody dialed in. I mean, we won basically attack half with ease.
Yeah, that was a great match there. And, you guys are 4-0 on this season. What do you think of the rest of the season? What are your hopes?
Obviously, we want to go with the rest of the season, undefeated. We have our next opponents. I think it's Maryville or Winthrop, either or. It's we have them in the next 2 weeks. I think Maryville is going to be, I guess, the tougher opponent. Winthrop, I guess, they're known for their aggressive style. So, and it's kind of easy, I guess, to read and understand what they're going to do. So, I mean, only time will tell.
And for your next few weeks, you have some big matchups. You have Cumberland and Maryville coming up. What are your thoughts on these opponents?
I don't really see, I guess, Cumberland as a threat. I know one of my buddies, Atlas, is on that team. I think we're just going to roll through them with ease. I guess Maryville and Winthrop, I guess, are the matches I'm really concerned about. But even then, I think we'll just take it.
Fair. I mean, confidence is just all you need. We know how much of a mental game Valorant is as well. We've seen it. It's definitely proven through the fruits of your labor. So you take a long-deserved rest, Fair. You've put up one hell of a night. we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for
All
your
right.
time here.
Thank
See
you.
you.
And that's going to do it here for us as well. That's all we have in store. I mean, if I keep talking, I might lose my voice. So thank you to all of our sponsors, Alienware, SRC, the Alumni Association, Tim Hortons, and Subway. Thank you, Theo, for joining me on the desk. Thank you, everybody in the back room. If I can just get to naming them off right now, I believe we have Aiden, Owen, Adrian, and Wyatt. If I missed anyone, I am very sorry. I believe Ari's actually shadowing as well.
There's
so
a lot of people.
yeah,
back
there's a
there.
lot of people back there, but it makes sense because it was a great broadcast
Yeah.
overall, I have to say. Everything seemed pretty seamless. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to the fans who are watching as well. Shout out to the players. And
Social media.
yeah, I was going to say, shout out to our Saints social medias. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I
Everything.
think that I was going to say, just everything,
Everything.
honestly, yeah.
And, with all that being said, it was a great matchup. He said, Patrick, thank you for joining me up here. But with all that being said, have yourselves a wonderful night, and we'll be seeing you again very, very short. Very, very soon.